everybody, and welcome to today's live stream. We're doing things a bit differently, different part of the room. I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. This isn't actually mixing it up for those of you that are around from the start of the channel, because a little bit of nostalgia, a little trip down memory lane. For those of you that are around from like 500 subscribers when I did my first ever live stream. This is where I used to do it from like the corner of the couch. Thought we'd take it back because today is the 2.5 year anniversary of Mad About Skin. Yeah, exactly 2.5 years ago today I set up the channel. Click create on that button. It took me a couple of days after that to actually upload the first video. I uploaded one, then deleted one, then uploaded it again. So yeah. But to kind of mark a bit of a nostalgic moment and going back in time to all of that stuff, I thought, why not take it back to the couch, where we belong, and do a live stream from here. The lighting's not as great. Who knows what the internet's going to be like, and I'll probably, by the end of it, my back will be killing. But you know what? We're going to work through it for nostalgia's sake. So sound off in the comment section if you remember the original live streams from this very spot. I know the likes of Tom definitely will, because it was around pretty much from the start. I think Jan probably remembers these. Suzanne, a few of you guys might, but sound off and let me know. So anyway, happy Saturday everyone. How is everyone? Happy Jubilee long weekend to anyone watching in the UK. Here in the UK, because it's the Queen's 70th year of reigning on the throne, we get 4-day weekends. We have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we get Sunday tomorrow off as well. So a bit of a lush long weekend. Honestly, not complaining. I live for a long weekend. And it's just all part of the celebration. Had a street party, which is where basically, well, it's kind of what it is. Everyone in your street gets together and has a party, which is lovely. Watched all of the TV coverage of the Jubilee celebrations and stuff because I'm a little bit of a fangirl for the Queen, and any opportunity to watch something royal, and I'm there. So I was watching all of that, and yeah, it's been a very fun couple of days. I've been well behaved because I've had 1 or 2 light beverages. Today I'm sticking to a cordial. This is just lemon and lime cordial, which is actually quite nice and quite refreshing. So what are you guys drinking? What are we nibbling? What are we doing? Sound off and let me know in the comments. I always forget to do the housekeeping, so I'm going to do it really quickly first, and then we'll dive into today's live stream. So we do these every single week, Saturday, 6 PM UK time, 7 PM European time, which is 1 PM East Coast time, 10 AM West Coast time, and in the middle of the night if you're over and lucky enough to be in Australia and New Zealand. And a big hello to anyone watching from New Zealand or Oz. We don't ask for anything in return other than a gentle caressing of that like button. The more likes the video gets, the more likely it is that YouTube will distribute it widely on its platform. And around 80% of the people that watch these live streams do so on repeat. So by giving the video a like, you just help all those people that watch on the replay squad find the video that little bit easier. And you also do me a huge favour too. Tom will be moderating today's live stream. He's like the sheriff in town. So a big, thank you and round of applause for Sheriff Tom. You guys are pretty well behaved. Everyone is so lovely on this channel. We don't really have to do a lot of moderating, but he's there in case the odd bot comes in. We all remember some of our favourite bots and our trolls of the past. Tom's there, so there's no point trying it because Tom will have you. And a big thank you to Tom, because honestly, I couldn't do this without him. I promised him I'd be on time for today's live stream. That didn't work out, so I owe Tom an apology for that. But I was setting up in the new location. Should have thought about this a little bit more, but thought, no, come on. Let's just do it. Let's just, to celebrate 2.5 years on Planet YouTube, let's just do it and mix it up a little bit. So we go through all the comments in the order that they came in. I start with some hellos and just go through the usual stuff, then we'll get into the comments. I go through them in the order that they come in. So if you want to ask a question, drop it in the comments section, and I promise I'll get round to you. But we do it all in order. Just gives everyone an opportunity to actually, ask their question. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Because I've got a couple of updates to give you. So good. So first of all, thank you to each and every one of you that has persevered through the shipping trials and tribulations we've had with the launch of the new products, the lip balm and the exfoliating gel. We're finally there with the last tranche of shipping sorted. I went to Royal Mail today and I was going to go in and give them what for, tell them exactly what I thought, and then the guy was really, really nice to me, and I was like, oh, hi, yeah, no, that's fine, don't worry about it. Is anyone else like that? You're going to give them a piece of your mind, and then they're really nice to you, and you're like, Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So, but we finally got to the bottom of the last bit of shipping related drama with Royal Mail. So, if you've got any questions on your order, use the contact section on the www.madaboutskincare.com to get in touch, and we can chase that up for you. But the very last, so now 91% of all orders have reached their destination according to Royal Mail, which just makes it very easy for us. So thank you to each and every one of you that's ordered. I already see from the Facebook group you guys are loving the lip balm, the exfoliating gel, and the other products. That's great. And with your orders, I've thrown in a discount code for future orders just to say thank you for your patience while we got through this shipping. We're changing the whole shipping provider and everything in the future, so everything's going to be back onto a really quick turnaround. So I just thank you guys for persevering, and if you wanted to restock on any of your products, there'll be a discount code in there too. And if for whatever reason you don't have your discount code, just drop us a line over at the contact us section of the webpage, and I'll be able to give it out to you, and that's all good. So with all that out of the way, that little update, just a big thank you from me for everyone. We are out of stock of the products, but they're back on sale because we're getting the next shipment of the lip balm and exfoliator gels on Tuesday. So if you did want to pick one up and you missed it with the first launch, you can hop on and you can pop one on order, because we've got the delivery. It's literally just been signed off by customs now, here, all ready to go. And so I'll be shipping those out from Tuesday. So if you did miss out with the first launch, you can jump on there. Just make sure that you use the codes that I know Tom's going to be linking in the chat. Use those codes, because I'd hate for you guys to pay full price when you support me so much. I want to give you a little of your hard-earned coin off. With all that said, shall we get into some hellos now? We've got Jan, Razorwing, Kitty, Monica, Maria, Sane, Noodle. Hello, everybody. Great to see you guys. We've got Rita, Pinger. We've got Iraglob. We've got TNH, Paula, Fristenberg, Alicia, Tanya, Laura, Blair, Christy, all in the house. So sending you all so much love and a massive hug. Thank you for being with us here today. I'm going to get into some of the questions. Very quickly, a couple of you guys asked me, if you didn't see my shorts video from yesterday, just wanted to give a quick update on the Ordinary Lash and Brow Serum. So I've been trying this out like behind the scenes for the past like 30 days. I think it was actually 29 days when I filmed that video. I cheated and said it was a month, but 29 days. And I've been really impressed. Now, it's done nothing for the lashes. I'm going to put that right out there. My lashes are exactly what they were when I started this. But the brows, they're fuller. They seem more tame than they've ever been before. And I've definitely got the volume. So if you're looking for something to target a little loss of fullness and volume in the brows, the Ordinary Lash and Brow Gel launches on the 9th of June. I would definitely pick it up. If you're looking for the lashes, this probably isn't going to do it. I think it gives a temporary lengthening of the lashes, like a little bit like a mascara gel would, but beyond that, probably not. So, but definitely I'm going to keep using it and repurchasing it because I love what it does for the brows. So definitely worth it for that. I think lash and brow might be a little bit ambitious, and I think it might lead to a little bit of disappointment, because for me it did zero, nada, nothing for the lashes, but for the brows, game changing. So yeah, I thought I'd just give you a little bit update of that. And we've got a little, you guys are always asking me about future product launches from the Mad About Skin collection. We've got the sunscreens coming in a couple of months time, which is very exciting, and we've got all the updates to the shipping and stuff that I'll be sharing with you. So that's all to come. I'm very excited. But I've also worked in the background on a little bit of a secret product, which is this, which is a bespoke and scented candle that I want to do as a bit of a limited edition, because I'm always talking about fragrance free. So the products are all artificial fragrance free, but I know a lot of people like an element of the sensorial, so I wanted to create like a bespoke candle so you can light it when you're doing your evening skincare routine, have that sensorial around you. So this has notes of neroli and bergamot, which I went through so many different samples, and I can't show you the label because it's not quite finished yet, but it's going to be coming. Oh, it smells so good. The problem is I now want to create this have every product smell like this because it's so good. So watch this space coming out, as it's going to be done as a limited edition. I just wanted to do something fun and different. So watch this space for a little bit of announcement on that. But that was more like a labour of love of something that I was really keen to do, and I love the scent. It's so good, so good. So yeah, any other questions that you've got, just sound off in the comment section. I'm going to take a huge sip of my drink and then let's plow through some of these questions because I've already like waffled on for the past 10 minutes. That is a really Really nice cordial. So Razorwing says, hello, hope you're having an amazing weekend. See you later. I am Razorwing. Thank you so much for joining. Jan says, an early question. Jan, we love an early bird getting in there before everyone else. Says, a chance of a video on skincare you're going to pack for your cruise. Ooh, you read my mind, Jan. Yes. So for those of you that don't know, I'm going on a cruise with some family in 4 weeks' time. 4 weeks today. That's quite exciting. And I've already decided what I'm going to be packing in terms of clothes and in terms of skincare. So yes, I will be taking you with me. I've got this most gorgeous cat. I used to work for the cruise line, so I did pull a few favours and get I got a cheeky upgrade. Gorgeous cabin. Really good internet. So we will be doing a live stream from there, so I can kind of take you guys along with me. And I'm going to be doing a video on the skincare that I'm packing. I like to go, when I'm on holiday, I actually go one of two ways. I either go super minimal if I know that I'm not going to be able to do a full skincare routine. I don't want to carry a load of products around if I don't need to. It tends to be on a cruise because I have a little bit of downtime, especially on those sea days, and there's no luggage allowance you can take because we're going Southampton. You don't actually have any luggage allowance. You can take what you want on board. So I maybe overpack and take loads of stuff for those pamper moments. So I'll share all. But great idea for a video, Jan, and don't worry, I'm on it. Kitty says, kisses from a hot and sunny Greece. To the amazing Bad About Skin family. Proudly gave this video its first thumbs up. Yay! Thank you so much, Kitty. And I'll join you later for the replay squad. Love you. I love today's video. Thank you, Kitty. Yes, and first of all, sending lots of love to anyone that's watching on the replay squad. We love the replay squad. And so sending lots and lots of love for those of you who can't be with us live here today. And yeah, the eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed today's video already went live. Now, the reason for that is straight after today's live stream, I have got a date with a new bath soak that I'm putting through its paces, and then the final episode of Stranger Things, the new series, and it's all on that. So I thought, instead of doing a live premiere today, I'd just bring the video forward. So it's already there. So after this live, if you want today's video, it's already up and they're ready to be watched. It was so fun to film that video. I absolutely love today's video. It's kind of the skincare that I wish I tried a little bit sooner. Your recommendations that maybe I didn't try as soon as I should, and I regret it because they were holy grails. So it's a little tongue-in-cheek, a little bit like a favourites mixed with what you guys are recommending. I try kind of video for some new favourites, and all of it's drugstore, so none of it's super expensive. And I'm loving so much at the drugstore, which is why you're seeing so much drugstore content at the moment. But love you, Kitty, and sending lots and lots of love to Greece. Monica says, has anyone tried the Medicate Crystal Retinol 20 or know any other retinaldehyde at 0.2%? Yes, I have tried it. They sent me it, actually. You have to get it through a consultation. So you can't just buy it like you can the Medicate Crystal 10. You have to go through a consultation with what they call their experts. They're not medically trained, so I think it's a little bit misleading. I'll throw that out there. But anyway, went through that process and they sent me a tube of it. It is super potent. It was really good. I think it worked. So my summary of it, and this is what I shared with them, and they were really grateful for the feedback, so love Medicate as a brand. I said I think it worked really well at dampening acne down. So retinaldehyde is an anti-acne, antibacterial in particular ingredient. So I think having the double dose of it actually really helped with my adult acne. I don't think I got any additional anti-aging benefits from it. So I would say if you're looking for a retinol-based product that's also going to tackle aging and acne, they're going up to the 20, definitely worth it. If you're just looking for anti-aging, I'd stick at the 10. And I'd use the A-Gain 10 by Geek and Gorgeous that's cheaper. If you want the double, super potent one, and you don't mind paying a little extra, I think the Medicate Crystal 20 works so well for adult acne, and I definitely recommend it for that. Maria, great to see you, my love. Sane says, just popping in to leave a like. Not sure if I'll be on time for live. I wasn't, so I wouldn't worry. Just go to the garden, take some pictures of the bumblebees, and doing that, I usually lose track of time. Sane, that is a perfect excuse for losing track of time. That's so good. Just behind the door, so you see behind the elaborate cat tree behind me, the other side of the patio doors, we have the world's biggest blackberry cane, and all the flowers are out, and there must be, I counted this morning, over 25 bees on it. So good. I just love sitting there listening to that gentle hum. So good. So yes, Sane, lose track of time. Enjoy your garden. It sounds amazing. Noodle says, hi everybody. I'm here to press the like button and listen to the skin tea whilst drinking some tea and baking Barabrith. I love Barabrith. For those of you that don't know what it is, Google it. It's so good. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. I am Noodle and I hope you are too. We have a question that says, Rob, what do you think of the creams that boast having UVA and UVB protection but don't say how much? I do use a day and night cream that boosts this, but I still have sun cream every day just to be safe. So I think any product that doesn't tell you what the SPF is isn't worth purchasing, personally. I think SPF, if a product is going to give you, say it delivers sun protection, it needs to put what SPF it is, so you know what you're getting. Are you getting SPF 2? Are you getting SPF 50? You know what I mean? UVA, whilst I wish all brands would disclose their UVA protection levels, very few do, and I think that's disappointing, because I don't think you should have anything to hide, and I also think they should explain what you're getting for that. So a really good example is I'm coming out with some sunscreens in August, if all goes according to plan, in August, and it's going through its final testing. So the SPF is 50. That's fine. I don't necessarily agree with the 50 plus logo on stuff, because I think it's very much like a bit generic. What does 50 plus really mean? There are some definitions, like here in the UK it means 60 or higher. You can call it 50 plus, but it's not always the same. So I've stuck to, whilst it's over that 50, I stuck to 50, which is the maximum you can actually call it here in the UK. So that's what we've stuck with. In terms of UVA protection, coming out as the equivalent of the PPD equivalent of 22.8. That's the average. I mean, there's a range within that. I'm quite open to that. 22.8, fine. That's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm quite open to that, and I think brands should disclose that sort of information so you know what you're getting. For example, that scores the highest PA+++++ if you're looking at the Korean way of measuring this. If you're looking at the star rating system here in the UK, that would give you 5 stars. So it's a high level, but I would say, perfect for everyday wear, gives you maximum protection for everyday wear. If I was laying on the beach, basking in the sun, which I don't recommend anyway, but if you were doing that, I would probably go for something with even higher UVA protection, something like the Skinny Sun Gel or the Bioderma one that gives you or Ultras that give you sky high. So I think this is the sort of thing that I wish more brands would do. Be honest with what you're getting and what that equates to. But I want to lead by example. And so, like I say, I'll be sharing all the final data with you guys so you know exactly what you're getting if you bought Mad About Skin sunscreen, and I hope that other brands kind of follow suit and do a bit more of that. Rita, great to see you, my love. Pinja says, happy Saturday. Had HIFU treatment today and feeling so sore. Oh, well, we are sending you lots and lots of love. I hope the treatment went well, and I hope you recover super, super quickly. Let's see, Uriglob says, happy Saturday, another fun evening with everyone. Thank you, Uriglob, sending you lots and lots of love. Let's see, Noodle says, it's been tough, but sometimes you have to laugh and look on the bright side. These live streams always help. It's been one of the nicest things that I take from this channel is so many of you guys say, like, how, when you're feeling a little bit down, or maybe your mental health isn't where you want it to, or in an ideal world, but what is an ideal world is, and that you use these live streams and some videos just to pick you up and to kind of have a nice moment of calm, and that's what I want it to be. It just makes me feel so happy, because I think you're right. Life has ups, it has downs. It's okay to not be okay, is I think the saying that, and that is so true. And the fact that this helps people just makes me incredibly proud, but not just of me, of the family and the community that we've created. And yeah, it just makes me so. And that family is growing all the time. We welcomed another 850 new members to the Mad About Skin family this week, which is like mind-blowingly amazing. So thank you to each and every one of you. If you're a new subscriber, hello, welcome. If this is your first live stream, I know that we will all welcome you with open arms. So yes, let us know that you're new to this. Sound off in the comments and introduce yourselves, because I think we'd all love to hear from you. And we crossed 68,000 subscribers this week, which, like, pinch me moment, which is amazing. My mission is to get the 100,000 YouTube play button that you see some content creators have. It will be displayed pride of place on my shelf, my usual filming location. So we've just got 32,000 to go. We'll easily do that when we pull together, won't we? Easily. So all I'll say is, if you want to help us on that journey, if you haven't already, if you wanted to subscribe and join our Mad About Skin family, I think I speak for us all when I say we would love to have you as a core member. For the membership, I always like to say, when, often YouTubers will say, subscribe to the channel, and I think, what am I getting for that subscription? Well, here on Mad About Skin, you're getting weekly live streams like what you're watching today. I answer as many comments on each and every video as I possibly can, and we get daily uploads as well. So I always think, I don't want to see anyone as a subscriber number. Whilst, who wouldn't love to hit the 100,000 subscriber mark? It's never going to be about that. It's all about the quality interactions, and hopefully you guys get that here. Well, I like to think so anyway. Now, I'm going to take a big sip of my cordial, even though it's going down relatively quick. So this is a great opportunity, if you haven't already, to subscribe. But also, if you minimize the chat, you can hop over, click that like button, and then when you maximize the chat, it takes you back to where you were, so you never miss a thing. And then I'm going to go on with some more of the questions. I am way behind with these questions, so we're going to do a bit of quick fire, and we're going to get through as many as possible. I could have done with double the amount of that. So good. Let's see. Oh God, my friend bought me a Brixel plushie from Canada. I only had it a few hours before Buffy ripped its eyes out. It was so cute, and I was so sad. Oh, anything soft toy related with dogs and cats, it's a no. Leo, my cat, is up on his cat tree. He'll come down in a minute. And Lon, the sausage dog puppy, is in his little bed, in his little donut bed over there. So I'll bring the pets out. Fristenberg says, "Hello everyone. It's been an amazing weekend. Sadly, I've been ill, so it'll be highlight today. So this will be the highlight of my day. Fristenberg, I'm sending you so much love. Massive hug, and from the whole Mad About Skin family, get well soon." Alicia says, "Hello guys, happy Saturday, Alicia." Fristenberg says, "Rob, do you have any tips to make sunscreens look less shiny? Nearly every sunscreen, except the mattifying ones which peel on me, look shiny." I agree. Sunscreens, super shiny. A couple of tips that I always say to people. First of all, use 2 thinner layers rather than 1 thicker layer. That usually gives a more matte finish than if you just pile it on. So this is a tip I actually learned from Dr. Dre, so big thank you to her. I put like a small amount of sunscreen on, then I put a second layer on after I've let it sit for like 2 minutes. And that way you get better coverage, because any spots that you miss on the first pass you'll catch on the second. And I find that it looks a lot less matte, a lot less dewy. You can kind of get a bit more of a matte without the pilling, if that makes sense. It works in most sunscreens. Some sunscreens do pill on themselves, so you've got to choose the right one, but it works for most of them. Also, you can powder your sunscreens. So a lot of people will get SPF powders, which I'm not a huge fan of because I don't think you get the coverage you need. But what you can do is put your sunscreen on, then get an SPF powder, and just do a quick dabble it. I used to use the Peter Thomas Roth one, but I think it's been discontinued. But Colour Science do one. There's loads of different ones, and you can just do that over. You get a fraction of extra coverage, and it'll just mattify everything down. You can just use a press or loose powder, to be honest. It doesn't have to be an SPF one, and you can just buy a cheap one from the drugstore. One of my friends uses a Superdrug loose translucent powder, just literally throws it on. The only thing I'm going to call out is if you put it on with a makeup brush, which I think it applies best on one, get a super cheap makeup brush, because the sunscreen kind of clogs up the makeup brush after a while, so get a cheap makeup brush to apply it. But yeah, those will be my top 2 tips. Tanya says, "Hi Rob." Hi everyone, happy Saturday. Tanya sending you lots and lots of love. Laura says, "Hello Rob." Hello lovely people. Is everyone having a good Saturday? I am, Laura. All the better for seeing you. And thank you very much for joining us, my love. Blair says, "Hi everyone, happy Saturday." Sending you lots and lots of love, Blair. Christy says, "We'll be part of the replay squad. Need to buy some plants and bricks. Have a great day." I've seen so many people gardening here in the UK this week, which is lovely. Got a long Jubilee weekend, so everyone's taking advantage of it and using it in the garden, which I love. So big shout out to any gardeners that's getting their gardens in tip-top shape. Scott says, "Good morning and happy Pride." Sending lots of love to everyone. Scott, sending you lots and lots of love. Yes, and happy Pride Month. I think, is that global? Is that a global thing? I think it's certainly is here in the UK and in the States. But anyway, happy Pride Month. And I always think it's just a celebration of people being, I don't know, it means different things to different people. For me, it's all about just being your fabulous self at all times and celebrating whoever you happen to be. Whoever you happen to be. And yeah, one thing I do, just as a side note, I hate the whole, like, you know, we have like greenwashing, where brands pretend to be greener than they are. And we also have like pride washing. I hate that. I hate it where suddenly everyone sticks like a rainbow flag on everything to get a few extra sales. I'm like, really? What is that? Why do brands do that? It's also so transparent, because you're like, you do it for like 1 month a year. Clearly no one's buying it, and I just think it's really tacky. So, happy Pride to everyone. But for any brands out there that are doing their pride washing thing, it's really tacky and people see through it. Just be nice all year round. Like, it's not too much to ask. Be charitable. Be nice and supportive all year round. You don't have to stick a flag once a year to kind of remind people that you're nice. It's all good. Katharina says, "Hello, lovelies. Hope you're all amazing." I am Katharina, and sending you so much love. We've got Eloise says, "Yeah, I'm free for a live stream. Thank you so much for the giveaway. I never win anything, so I was very surprised. Happy Jubilee weekend to you. Are your feather babies from mine?" Yes, happy Jubilee weekend, Eloise. And for those of you who know, Scott and Eloise were actually last week's live stream announced winners of the giveaway of Allies of Skin. They both chose products. I won't say who chose what because, you know, films okay, but we had a vitamin C and a peptide serum chosen, which actually I love both of them. I think the peptide serum one was an interesting choice because it is really good. It's like a really good multifunctional product, which I really like. And the vitamin C is one of my favourites because it just works like that. So yeah, I think good products were chosen. Anyway, on the way. And I think, Eloise, I think yours will arrive first because it's UK to UK, so it should be around Tuesday next week. Scott, yours will probably arrive later next week. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys, and congratulations again. Stephanie, great to see you, my love. So good to have you here. Says, have you tried anything from the brand Bubble? I haven't. I've never even heard of them. I should. I feel like I should. What do they do? What sort of, does anyone have any recommendations for Bubble skincare? I've tried nothing from them, so anything would kind of be like a new development. So let me know any thoughts, feelings, opinions, favourites, and all of that good stuff in between. Now, we've got, I think I'm way behind on comments, so I'm going to try and speed it up a little bit. Steve says, I'm so happy to have made it to this morning. Haven't been opening on Saturday, so I've been missing so much. I'll send you lots and lots of love. I love. Good to have you. It's a shame you have to be at work, but then I think you enjoy your job, so it's all good. And thank you for having us on while you work. Sending you massive amounts of love. Sweet Tea, great to have you here, my love. Hope everything is amazing with you, and lots of love to Florida. Catherine says, Rob, and all your aficionados, how do I match the first essence like the Sunscreen or Secret Key with vitamin C? Currently I have them in different routines. So confusing. Yes. So I like the Secret Key one. It's one of my favourite essences. And what I do is use the vitamin C first, and then I use the wait 2 minutes, and then use a essence afterwards. It'll balance the pH of the skin, calm and soothe everything down, and it's just a really nice way of kind of getting some additional benefit. I think after your vitamin C is where you're going to get the most benefit, my love. Hillpree says, good morning all. Boyfriend is making blueberry waffles and bacon while I wait for the chat. Can we just let that sink in? That, you keep hold of him. You keep hold of him. That sounds literally amazing. Who doesn't love a good waffle? And blueberry waffles are some of my favourites. I haven't ever had bacon on a waffle. Like, I know this is an American and a Canadian thing. I've never had it. I need to. So I'm going to come over. Set me some place at the table. I'm coming over for waffles. Faye says, evening all. Evening, Faye. Great to have you, my love. Laura says, Rob is fashionably late. I always am. It's not fashionably. It's just bad timekeeping, my love. Veronica says, hello, everyone. Finally back. I was at work for the last 3 or 4 Sundays. I missed these live streams. Veronica, we miss you too, and welcome back. It's good to have you. And it sucks being at work. We've missed you. But glad that you finally got a weekend free, and it is wonderful to have you here. Arsenal, great to have you, my love. Kirsten, wonderful to see you again. Sending you both so much love. TNH says, taking bets. What's today going to be? Tea or cold drink? Oh, what did people bet? Cold drink. I don't know why. I was rushing. It's quite warm here. I decided to wear a hoodie for reasons known only to me. I don't know. It's so warm. And sitting here with the sun at the back, it's even warmer. So I made the right choice, but I am kind of craving a tea. Jane says, hello everybody, I look like Beatrice. I had Dermapen done today. Jane, how did it go? What was the treatment like? What did they say? How long will it take to see the results? We need all of the gossip. And happy healing. I hope it goes really well for you. Let's say Lindsay, great to have you, my love. Great to have you. Hillpree says, I remember the original layout. Yes, I remember. I think we stuck with this layout till about the 1,000th subscriber, maybe 2,000th subscriber. So yeah, Hillpree, I know you're part of the OG gang. Tom definitely will. And I was, Alicia says, I too remember it, but I was too shy to comment back then. I know quite a few people that were, the lurkers, not the commenters. But I love that because I love it when people get their confidence to actually, share. And I always say we don't bite here on Mad About Skin. We love to hear from all of you guys, and it's kind of all part of the Mad About Skin family. So I'm glad, Alicia, that you picked up the courage to message, because we love you so much for it. Let's see what I think from my back's perspective, it was a bad move because my back's now hurt. Half an hour in, I'm like, oh. But other than that, I'm glad that we had that nostalgic break. Korsar, great to see you, my love. John says, Mad About Skin exfoliating gel arrived today. Tips and tricks, please, Rob. Fellow royalist. Yeah. Yes, I've got all the, I rushed out just to the side. I am a full-on, fan of the Queen. I rushed out and bought every single paper in the newsagents, every different paper in the newsagents, and I've been spending most of today, just looking at all the different pictures and loving every minute of it. Just sending you lots and lots of love, John. I'm so glad the exfoliating gel arrived. How would so I use it. You can use it as a leave-on or a wash-off treatment. It's advised to wash off if you have super sensitive skin, leave on if your skin's more resilient. Mine's super resilient, so what I do is I cleanse the skin, I then put 2 pumps to do the full face and the neck. If you're just doing spot treatment, 1 pump is more than enough. It comes out as like a clear aloe vera, well, it's an aloe vera based treatment, so it comes out like a clear aloe vera gel, and then I just work it into the skin. It doesn't peel and peel, so you can work it in. I don't feel you need to. I like to leave it with, so I can still feel it on the skin, let it sink in. I leave it for 2 minutes. It then self-neutralizes. You shouldn't get too much stinging or prickling from it. It's not like one of those really high intensity exfoliating gels. If you've just shaved, sometimes you get a little tingle, but not even then particularly. Leave it on for like 2 minutes and you'll notice that it goes away, and once it's gone completely, there's no tackiness at all, then you know you can put the rest of the products on top. But it self-neutralizes and leaves behind just this veil of hydration, which is how I choose to use it. I use it twice a week using that method, and then on the days that I don't use it, I put the tiniest amount on my finger and I just pinpoint where I've got a few like dark spots and areas of hyperpigmentation. Just double down on the benefits. You don't have to do that. You absolutely don't have to do that. But I think if you've got a couple of sunspots or something you want to treat, then just dabbing it on, and the pump will let you do like a quarter pump or something, which is all I need to treat the few sunspots I have. Yes, that's how I would use it. And enjoy it, John. Enjoy it. Because unlike a lot of exfoliators, it's not really stripping and really harsh and really unpleasant. I want people to enjoy it as part of their skincare routine, not be like thinking, oh, I've got to put that on again because it hurts so much. You won't get any of that. Swinny says, hi Rob, do you think you'll ever do a vid on men's skincare needs on shaving? I bet it'd be one of the most watched videos ever. So I covered in today's video, I kind of covered some of the reasons why. I'm not the best when it comes to shaving. I just do it so infrequently. Like, a lot of times I'm lucky in that I don't want to grow a beard, and so I can't. And I don't have to shave that much. So I'm looking at, if I wanted to grow a beard, I'd be super unlucky. I should do, shouldn't I? I should do like a shaving routine kind of thing. I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would do well. I probably should. I should bite the bullet and do it. It's one of those, I don't know why I haven't. Watch this space. I never say never. I've got lots of really good video ideas that I want to sit down and film. That I'm kind of in that phase where I'm feeling super inspired by a load of different things. And I want to film a lot of different content super quick. But yes, never say never. Definitely it's something that I would like to do. And yeah, I will. I'll just bite the bullet and do it. Laura says, I remember you sitting on that floor by the sofa and Marcel was in the background while you were talking about the Ordinary product. Oh, God. I remember that video. It was the Ordinary Retinol. I was sat on the floor. It was so hot. It was that really warm summer where we were all locked in our house. And I had Marcel in the background. I remember that really, really well. I might rewatch that video for nostalgia's sake. Love you, Laura. Fristenberg says, I love 4-day weekends. We had one last week. I had a 3-day one this week. And I have a 4-day weekend again next week. Do I ever work? I am so unbelievably jealous, Fristenberg. So unbelievably jealous. That sounds like perfection. Literal perfection. PSY says, I've never been on a live stream before. I found Rob at the Eurovision one. So hi, hello, thank you so much for joining. And we love the first, second, I think that was 3 live streams ago, so the 3rd time viewer. We love you and thank you so much for joining. Anyone else that's new, sound off in the comments. We would all like to give you a big hearty introduction and welcome. Kirsten says, cheeky Vimto in the garden. Oh, I love a cheeky Vimto. For those of you that don't know what a cheeky Vimto, you'll have to Google it. You'll have to Google it. Here in the UK, we have like a north-south divide. I was born in the north, I now live in the south, but there's this line halfway across the UK where lots of things don't cross. And one of the things was Vimto. So it's pronounced Vimto, but up north where I'm from, we don't pronounce the T, so it's just Vimto. And it's like Ribena, blackcurrant with some other unidentifiable flavours, with a touch of medicine, with like, yeah, it's like nothing you've ever tried. It's like Dr. Pepper mixed with blackcurrant cordial. Yeah, it's different. And a cheeky Vimto is I think we could call it a cocktail, might be a bit ambitious. It's a cocktail in that it mixes multiple mixers and alcoholic beverages. So it's a cocktail, and it was one of my favourites. It was a good old, everyone drinks them as a student and enjoys them way too much. And so when you leave your student days, you still enjoy them for that nostalgia moment. And I could definitely join you, Kirsten. I would love pour one. I'm on my way over. But for anyone that doesn't know what a cheeky Vimto is, you just have to Google it. Kosa says, hello from London, sending you lots and lots of love, my love. So Sweet Tea says, okay, I'm an old broad and I have no idea what cordial is. Oh, is this not a thing? This is one of my favourite things about doing this channel and having like the international Mad About Skin family is that I learn so many different ways of saying things and different things that don't translate into different like different versions of English. So cordial here is, I don't know, I think it's quite old fashioned. I think I'm quite old fashioned. Cordial is like sugar syrup with fruit. You know that you dilute it down, so like you put like 1 part cordial to 4 parts water, and it makes like squash. And most people here in the UK, I think, call it squash rather than cordial. I think cordial is like the bougie. If you pay more than £2, you call it cordial. If it's under £2, it's squash. And you like dilute it and mix it, and it's like a fruit drink. I think in the US, I think you call it. Oh, I don't know what you call it in the US. Basically, and you do like lots of like sachet drinks, don't you? It comes in powder form. We don't do it. It comes in like a pre-mixed liquid. Anyone that knows what the cordial word for cordial or squash is over in the States, let me know. You know that breakfast thing that they do in the States where you tear off the thing and you put the powder in and then you add water and rehydrate it? It's that, but it's not in powder, it's in liquid. That's basically it. Ellie says, hello everybody, I'm usually on Replay Squadder, but I'm able to make it to the live and for a few weeks. Rob, the 4-day weekend has been great. Love from Greater Manchester. Sending lots and lots of love to Greater Manchester. And you know what? Yes, the 4-day weekend is where it's at. We should have this every week. Teenage said, if my job was live in luxury, cut some ribbons and wave at peasants, I worked for 70 years too long. Oh, do you know what? I love the Queen. I think she works so hard. And only because she's like 96. And I always think, I couldn't have the patience to do what she I'd have no patience, honestly, to shake people's hands and be nice to everyone all day long. At 36, I can't do that. At 96, I'd just be thinking, oh, I just want a cup of tea and the telly. Helpy says, by the way, Rob, whose team are you on for Drag Race? I'm Team Raja. Oh, okay, so is anyone watching Drag Race All-Star Season 7? I am full on Team the Vivian because she's representing the UK. So I've got to, haven't I? And I did love the Vivian on UK's Drag Race. So yeah, I'm full Team the Vivian, but I do also love Raja and I do also love Jinx. Those are like my top 3. In any order, I wouldn't really mind. I think Raja's the one that's been slept on. I think she's doing amazingly well and is not really getting the recognition that I think she deserves, personally. But that's my top 3. Sugarless says, hello everyone, I want to see Rob in his Queen fangirl get up. Some people really dress up. So I was shopping in Tesco, which is like a big supermarket here in the UK. So I popped today just to buy some bits and bobs. And there was a guy who was, I don't know whether it was, so it was Union Jack, so it was definitely for the Jubilee, but it definitely crossed into what I call Pride Month. And he had some, like, Kylie Minogue hot pants, you know, in her spinning around video, with the Union Jack on, and then a little belly top, and was carrying, like, the biggest crate of rosé wine I've ever seen in my life. I was like, that is a man that is going to go out and have a good time today. And it was fabulous. I mean, must have been in his 60s, legs for days, and to be fair, could definitely pull off that those hot pants. But that was the best look I've seen. My neighbour here, who is literally fabulous, lives like a couple of rows down, Polish, came, I think has lived here 10 years and embraced every single thing that there is, like the biggest like Anglophile British lover I've ever seen. Has so much bunting out, like you can barely see house, and was in a full like get up with like full Union Jack hat, had fully embraced it, and I love that because I think if you're gonna go, it's go big or go home. I am not wearing my full Jubilee outfit though. I do have a couple of Union Jack bits of clothing. I might dress up, and I normally wear it for Eurovision. I might dress up and might show you on the Facebook group. Tom's gonna have to remind me to do that. Tom is Team Jinx. I agree. I love Jinx. Jan says, Rob, I love your About Skin Serum and use it every morning. Have you ever considered making a stronger version of the azelaic acid? Oh, I'm working on something in the background, Jan. I don't want to spill too many beans because I don't know how long it's going to take. So the only reason I don't want to tell everybody now is I don't want everyone to be like, when's it coming out? Because I'm like, it takes the time. But just between me and you, I am working on a hyperpigmentation serum that combines a 10% azelaic acid and a high concentration of tranexamic acid too, that's going to kind of be a good option for people that want to dial up the intensity. And I wanted to combine the two because that's what I always recommend for treating hyperpigmentation, but you can't really find those two together in a standalone serum, which is why I wanted to create it. So, Jan, Tell nobody and watch this space. Sophie says, I've heard the industry standard for UVA is around 30%. Why don't brands go higher, ultrasound around 90%? Yeah, so in terms of a percent, I think the only reason is it doesn't really translate that well as a percentage. So working out the industry standard should be, it's not, it should be the 30% UVA coverage versus UVB coverage. In Australia, that's legally mandated. 33% is the legal requirement. Here in the UK, there's some legislation going through to say the same is going to apply here in the UK. I think we've gone 35%. That's coming out this year. So there is a push to see higher UVA protection, not because of aging, because whilst UVA rays age us, and we should all care about aging, we don't want to look prematurely aged, do we? But they also cause cancers, and I think people didn't really understand that before. The scientists, I mean, if you look at the papers, it was all about UVB was the one that disrupted the system, impacted our cellular structure, and caused cancers. They now realise that actually UVA radiation can also contribute to that. So just from a health benefit, putting aside aging, just from a health benefit, you need good UVA coverage. So which is why a lot of brands are now taking note, and you're seeing that a lot more in going for a higher percentage. So I would love to see that increase. The industry standard isn't 30%. I mean, I'd love it to be. It's a lot lower. Particularly, Korean sunscreens tend to have a much lower UVA protection. American sunscreens have woefully inadequate UVA protection a lot of the time. Not all of them. Some of them are really good. Ultra MD has some higher UVA protection. So not all, but US sunscreens tend to have much lower UVA protection, as do Korean sunscreens. European and Australian sunscreens tend to have the highest, but that's because there's laws that require it. So I think the laws need to change, basically, is what I'm saying, because brands don't seem to want to do it on their own. Alicia says, Royal Mail still hasn't updated my status. I can't even try. Alicia, send us a message through the contact us section of the website, and we'll look into it. There was an issue with Royal Mail not scanning in some of the parcels, so it didn't update the tracking, but they can do that retrospectively, so I can get that reset for you. Let me space pages. Hey guys, I won't be doing chat as much as listening to Twitter Space about the Ukrainian history on Twitter. Oh, that sounds interesting. Same time, just want to say hello. Sending you lots and lots of love, and we're always here for you on Replay Squad, my love. I always say that to everyone that can't make it live or can't see the whole thing. We make sure that all of these live streams are uploaded live thereafter. So if you missed anything, you can always catch up. And we're sending you so much love. Laura says, I've just picked up my parcel and opened it while waiting for your glowing, beautiful face. And of course, I tried the lip balm and I love it. Lord, that's such well timing. A lot of the final UK orders landed today. I think because we had the two bank holiday days, that delayed things a little bit. So a lot of the orders are landed today, which is amazing and makes me so happy. And the fact you love the lip balm, we get so much really positive feedback on the lip balm, which just makes me so happy, because what I wanted to prove is you can get a really good quality lip balm without having to pay like bougie prices, and I think it'll last a long time. So I think you get a lot of use for the money is what I wanted to deliver from it. But I'd love to know your guys' feedback. Has anyone else tried the lip balm? Thoughts, sound off. If you wanted to get your hands on the lip balm, you can do. Some of the codes that I would recommend using are, Tom's going to be linking them in the description box. If you wanted if you're in the UK, we had free shipping on everything, even if you just order one lip balm. So I always say that, free shipping on absolutely everything. And in the US and Europe, we have reduced price shipping. So we do subsidize the shipping a little bit to make it as cost effective as possible. Let's see. Kirsten says, I'm so conflicted as to whether to get the exfoliation gel. It's just I have the lactic acid and the salicylic acid, but I want it. I think it all comes down to what you want to get out of your. Obviously, I'm a bad businessman that doesn't say yes, you have to have it. But I think with everything in skincare, you've got to work out whether it's right for you and like what you want for. Just work out what works for you. I think the exfoliation gel is a really great way of getting multiple different exfoliating acids in your routine. But if you like one specific exfoliating acid and want to stick to it, then of course that can work really well for you as well. So it all depends, Kirsten. It all depends. Pinja, yes, I got your audio stat. I actually packed it today, so that will be on its way on Monday when Royal Mail pick it up. So the next picking up on Monday, but I did pack it, put the note in today. I remember the name. So sending you lots and lots of love, and thanks for your order and all you guys' support. You mean the world to me. Irene says, I'm here. I wrote too soon. Kisses everyone. Irene, we love you. Fashionably late is the way forward. Do not worry. So let me spec pages. I got my parcel. Just wanted to double check how I should be using the exfoliating gel, because I think I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. So it's a flexible product. You can use it and interact with it how you want. for this skin. I think unless you have very sensitive skin, you can use it as a leave-on treatment. It self-neutralizes. The advice on the box says to wash off because we wanted to make it applicable for the most sensitive skin type, which is what I'd recommend you do if you have sensitive skin. For most reasons, you can leave it on and it'll self-neutralize. Twice a week is absolutely fine, and then use it as a spot treatment in between. Hopefully that'll work. But if you did want any advice at all, reach out, my love, on the contact us section of the website, and I'll quite happily send you a mini routine or whatever. Quite happy to. Oh, Tom says, Rob, can you remind me of the valid discount codes as far as the free shipping code has now expired? Yes. Let me type them here. So it's capital MAS family, all one word, all capital letters for 15% off. We have the code Jubilee, which is 20% off UK this weekend to celebrate with the Jubilee, and we're going to do something internationally next week, so watch out for that international version of that. Let's have a look. This Jubilee weekend is international, sorry. Let's have a look. Done. So I've put 2 in there. Those are the 2 active codes. If you wanted to try any of those are the 2 active codes that are there. It's not UK orders, even though I was thinking in my mind because it's UK Jubilee, you can use that. So yeah, those are the codes. If you wanted to purchase any of the products, the 2 codes I would use. Capital MAS family, all capital letters, all one word. That'll get you 15% off any. There's no end to that. You can use it whenever you want. And the Jubilee one is for this weekend only, just to celebrate the Jubilee and to say thanks to the Queen for sitting around for 70 years. Hopefully the Mad About Skin line will last that long as well. And that'll help. So yeah, those are the discount codes that are out there. If you wanted to stock up on anything or use any of them, just be aware that the Jubilee one is literally for this weekend only. It finishes UK time tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eloise says, I've used the exfoliated gel twice now, although the thicker gel will be good for spot treatments to help it spread over the face. I've used a lighter toner first. My 15-year-olds have pinched that as well. I used to do that with my mum's skincare though, so I can't comment. But yes, if you want it to, so the gel works really well for pinpoint work in terms of exfoliation. If you want it to spread, you can absolutely do it on damp skin and it'll still work. It's not a pH sensitive product because the only exfoliating gel product that matters when it comes to pH is glycolic acid. We don't use glycolic acid, the primary one in there, so it doesn't need to be pH sensitive, so you can absolutely use a water-based serum first. Just let it go in a little bit damp if you want it to spread easily. That's totally worth. Let me spread to patients. No, please do one that smells like hippies, please. Patchouli. I love patchouli. It's such a good thing. Yeah, and Tom's put some other codes in there. So yeah, there's lots of codes going, and we're going to streamline everything. And I'll send an email out to anyone that wants one. So I'll send an email out to people that have purchased before so that people can get their hands on products and know what the codes are. Let's see. Let's get around to some of the other questions. Let's see. Lisa says, Adam spoke of a brand he compared to The Ordinary on steroids. What are your thoughts on it? Oh, yes. What was the name of the brand? And Adam, congratulations, because I know he sometimes watches on replay. Congratulations to Adam, who got married a couple of days ago. Seen some pictures, looked gorgeous, expecting nothing less than gorgeousness, but it was absolutely gorgeous. So congratulations to Adam and his ex-fiancée, now husband. So yeah, big congratulations. The brand, which I can't remember the name of now, but I haven't tried anything. I ordered products from them based on Adam's review, so I'll let you know, guys. I'll let you guys know what I think. Let's see. John says, Geek and Gorgeous 8 Game 10 Retinol is amazing. Totally agree. Love it. Vigi says, what's your favourite number 7 product? Hands down, their sunscreen. They do a really nice advanced sunscreen, super high UVA protection, gorgeous finish. Absolutely amazing. Doesn't clog the pores either if you've got acne-prone skin like me. Love it. Veronica says, Rob, I have to know your first impressions of Kim Kardashian's skincare line. Oh, so I did a little shorts video on that 2 days ago. So if you guys haven't checked it out, a little bit of a rant. So Kim Kardashian has launched a new skincare brand. I have some thoughts. First and foremost, I never like people that just come on, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I don't like influencers or content creators or video creators, whatever they want to call themselves, that come on and say, it's Kardashian brand, it's rubbish. I'm like, really? Really? That's what people are watching you for? That sort of, in-depth analysis? You cannot like a person, but if you're going to review a brand, you kind of have to, say something about it. So I don't like that style of approach, which I see most people seem to have done. So I did my own little bit of a shorts video. So if I was to say the Kim Kardashian Skin, SKKN line, a couple of things. First and foremost, I think that name is dangerously close to another brand that it doesn't look that legit. So I will call that out. The packaging though, gorgeous. All neutrals like you kind of expect. It's very on brand, very in keeping. I like the different shapes for the products. I think over the past like couple of years, lots of brands have just gone for very uniform packaging in terms of like the ordinary, it all looks the same, which is nice, but I think it's nice to have different shapes and textures, which you get with this, so that's ticking the box. Also, I will applaud them for doing refills with a meaningful discount. So refills are the way forward. You save on packaging, you save on shipping. I love refills, so much more environmentally friendly. But it annoys me when you get, like, buy the refill, you get a fraction of the packaging, so it's super cheap for brands to make, and they give you like $1 saving. What is the point of that? I hate that. If you're going to do refills, I want a meaningful discount. And you do get that with the Kim Kardashian skincare line. They're doing like, so for example, the hyaluronic acid serum, if you buy the refill, it's $12 cheaper than the main product. That's a good saving. That makes me want to buy the refill rather than just buying the whole thing all over again. So that I love. That's the pros. The cons, the price point. I mean, if you're paying $100 for a hyaluronic acid serum, you are wasting your money. Just wasting your money. And the whole line is really expensive, like really, really expensive. I think you can get the formulations aren't bad, but you can get the exact same formulations at the drugstore at a fraction of the cost. So I think the price point is the main stumbling block. I also don't like the fact they haven't come out with a sunscreen. Not all brands have to have a sunscreen. Mine doesn't, so I'm not going to throw a load of shade. I'm working on it now. Often brands will launch products and then introduce sunscreen later. So, but I think with the amount of money that's been thrown at this line, I maybe would have expected a sunscreen, but maybe that's me being a hypocrite because I didn't launch with a sunscreen. So I'm not going to read you too much for that. And also it's designed to be an entire skincare routine in one. It's 9 steps. Nobody needs a 9-step skincare routine. Some people like a 9-step skincare routine. Mine is 9 steps. You don't need a 9-step skincare routine. So I think the idea that you have to buy the whole collection and that's your routine in one, it's a little bit misleading. It's going to cost people a lot of money. That's my thoughts on the Kim Kardashian. And I want it to be unbiased, because there's no point coming on here and having people say, it's Kim Kardashian, it's trash, don't buy it, it's rubbish. Well, that might all be valid, and I know a lot of people, myself included, that don't really want to line Kardashian pockets with money. I get that, but equally, if you're going to review a product, you kind of have to offer something more than just, I hate it because it's Kim K. As a content creator. Like, I know when I film that shots, lots of people are like, I'm not buying it, it's Kim K, which is fine, it's your hard-earned coin. I think if you're going to film a review of it, you have to offer a bit more than that, which is hopefully what I managed to do in my shorts video. But ultimately, I just wouldn't be, I wouldn't be spending my money on that. I think you can get cheaper at the drugstore, personally. John. Just read John's comment. Yeah, so I am going cruising in 4 weeks' time. And John says, a whole new meaning to cruising. I am not adding any more to that comment. Tom says, sorry. Tom says, the gel says to rinse off as the instructions were made for those with super sensitive skin. It's perfectly fine to leave it on skin. This is a really good point. If you're using... Sorry, John, you tickled me there. The exfoliating gel, if you've got super sensitive skin or you want to just make sure you get zero sensitivity, you can rinse it off after 2 minutes. It's perfectly fine to leave on if you've got more resilient skin. It's a really good thing to call out, Tom. It's really difficult when a product is applicable to a number of skin types. It's difficult to give directions on a box to all those skin types, if that makes sense. Which is why we went for the lowest denominator to minimise the risk of anyone misusing it for their skin type. Paul S says, I don't trust the beauty of Josong SPF as many people have said that they've been sunburnt using it in comparison to La Roche-Posay sunscreen. What are your thoughts? So a couple of things. So I think it's fine for consumers, people that want to buy these sunscreens, to question the efficacy of sunscreen. I think the sunscreen scandal of a few years ago, I think, made us a little bit more cautious, and I think that's a good thing. What I don't like is when influencers do that without data to back it up. So I watched a Cassandra Bankson video the other day where she was like, this is a really nice sunscreen, I just don't trust it, I don't know. And I'm like, you can't say that. Like, you can't say that. There's a very fine line between an opinion and a libelous statement. If there's no proof that it's not, you can't say that. You can share your feelings around things, but I think that crossed the line. So for me, I don't, and it wasn't the Beauty of Joseon one, it was the Make Prem sunscreen. So I think there's the two different angles to that, which is what I want to differentiate here. I think as consumers, we should be skeptical about sunscreens and use the ones that we feel comfortable with and match. But also, I think sometimes we forget about the different things that go into sunscreen. So I've heard someone say, "Oh, I got burnt using this sunscreen," and I said to them, well, "What were you doing?" "Oh, I did a hike. I did an 8-hour hike." Right. Well, did you reapply it? Were you using the right product for the environment that you were using it in? There's also things that go into it. I think with the La Roche-Posay sunscreens are really, really good, but if you don't apply them properly or you don't use them correctly, you'll still burn with them. I think with the Beauty of Joseon one is really good, but you need to be mindful. So they have released data. A Spanish lab and a Korean lab tested it, and in both cases, they exceeded the SPF of 50+. So that's a huge tick in the box. But that only tells you a little bit of the story. It's not the most water resistant and waterproof sunscreen out there. So if you are sweating a lot, you're hiking, you're sweating, you're swimming, it's not going to be giving you that long-term water resistance that some other sunscreens would. So you need to bear that in mind. It's also got a lower UVA protection than, say, the La Roche-Posay sunscreen. So you need to bear that in mind based on the UV index. Lots of things go into it. I love the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen. It is a sunscreen I reach for day in, day out because it actually feels nice on the skin. And I know a lot of people, if they didn't use that product, wouldn't wear a sunscreen because all the others don't work as well for them. So I think it's definitely great. Would I use the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen if I was on the beach in the tropics where the UV index is super high? Probably not. Probably not. Which is why I'm a little bit like, I don't like to just look at the SPF value. I think you have to look at the product as a whole, how you're going to interact with it, the other things that you can do. So yeah, I do know some people, but I know that whenever I mention a sunscreen, someone will always say in the comments, which is fine, I got burnt using that sunscreen. I'm like, okay, but that might not be the sunscreen's fault. It might also be the way that we used it. I've used really good sunscreens on holiday, and I'm really, really cautious about what I do, and I burn because I've missed a patch, or I've stayed out in the sun a little bit too long, haven't reapplied. There's lots of things that go into it. So yeah, that was a very long-winded way of saying I personally have no reason to disbelieve the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen. It's gone through 2 rounds of testing and been proven to deliver an SPF of 50+. Would I use it on the beach where I'm sat in the baking sun? Probably not. That was my view. Anyway, that's a very long-winded way of saying that, but I think it's a conversation worth to have. And I would always say to people, be skeptical about brands' claims, whether it's about SPF or whether it's about other claims that their brands make. Be skeptical, because as consumers, that will keep us protected. I just feel like when it comes to content creators that are talking about things, I think you've got to be really careful around separating opinion from fact, especially when something's gone, when brands, because this testing costs a fortune. So Beauty of Joseon and other brands that have gone through these testing to prove it, to then have content creators come around back and say, no, I just don't believe it. I'm like, but that's my little rant for the day. Alicia says, can't wait for your SPF. Been dying to try it from the UK. I can't wait to share it with you, Alicia. And it'll be available internationally, even though it's a UK European-based formulation. It'll be available internationally, so I hope so many people can enjoy it. KA says, will you be working on a dupe for the Neon Survival Zero? You know it. I put in the request with the lab. These things do take time, so I put in the request with what I wanted in terms of the finish, in terms of the antioxidants used, some of the other ingredients, and it's a work in progress. So we're looking, I just literally paid for the formulation to start, so probably we're looking towards the end of the year, because these things do take time. But yeah, it's something to look out for, but I said I would, and it's on its way. So Sweet Tea says, as a Florida gal, I'll be bathing in your sunscreen, and it sounds weird, but I wasn't meant to say that way. Sweet Tea, you bathe away, my love, you bathe away. TNH says, to post comment around the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen, I think it's more of a normal day, indoor kind of SPF, not a beach one. Yeah, this is my thought, yeah. You'll still need to reapply the right amount, but it's not like sweat proof. This is it. I think you should always match your sunscreen to what you're doing on that day. That would be my top advice. Which I think, actually, reading your guys' comments, I think that's generally the feeling on it. Like, it's not sweat resistant. But also, I know some people that say, if the sunscreen isn't sweat resistant, I'm not wearing it. Well, are you going to be sweating? Because if you're not, then it's fine to wear. Do you know what I mean? It's about thinking about what you're going to do. In winter, where you should absolutely use your sunscreen, a lightweight, non-sweat resistant sunscreen is going to work just as well as a heavy-duty sweat resistant sunscreen. In summer, when you're jogging, probably not. So it's all about that. Eloise says, not just daily uploads, I love the extra shorts you've thrown. Yeah, what are people's thoughts on the short style of video that I've been doing recently? I don't ever want them to replace the long-form content, because I love filming in-depth videos, and if I wanted to just do short, quick-fire content, I'd be on TikTok, and that's not for me. But I think sometimes when, like, I don't want to dedicate a whole video, for example, to new product launch, because it might not be interesting to everyone. I don't think you always need 10 minutes to say what your pros and cons are of a product, and so I'm saving the shorts for like individual product reviews, for like quick fire, and some little hints, tips, and hacks. Are you guys enjoying them? Do you want to see more of them, less of them? Kind of, yeah, let me know. Sweet Tea says, if I get cut off, I'm sorry, weather has been today. Is it storm season? I think it's starting up with storm season in Florida. The heat, the humidity leads to thunderstorms, I think. If I've got my seasons right, but I could be totally wrong on that because I am pretty useless when it comes to seasons. I always seem to get it wrong. But I'm sending you lots and lots of love all the way to Florida, Sweetie. Sophie says, the simple SPF pills for me. I don't excessively rub and even put it on bare skin. I tried a small amount on damp skin, which worked better. Any other tips? Yeah, good. This is a good point. Different products will pill on different skin. I think sometimes we expect when a content creator says, this one doesn't pill, and everyone's like, yay, oh, why is it pilling on me? Some people have dry skin that causes pilling. Some people have oily skin, which causes pilling. The balling up is a nightmare. That simple one doesn't personally pill on my skin, but what you can do, Sophie, is applying to damp skin definitely helps. So I'd recommend that. I would put 3 really thin layers. So like, literally, you know when people do that 2-finger method, which I hate. I hate that. I just really hate that. I don't know why. I think it's a great way of kind of getting the... Yeah, there's a whole video in of itself. I'm not a fan of that. I like to put the right amount of sunscreen based on what I need, but I think for beginners it's a great way of learning. So I think make sure that you're putting, get some of the sunscreen in the palm of your hand, dot it around the face, work it in, leave it a minute, put another layer on. You can even put 3 layers on. You get better coverage. It won't pill as much, and it absorbs better than that awful, like 2-finger method where it's all over you. Oh, no, I think 2 or 3 smaller applications just works better, in my opinion. Kirsten says, well done, Rob, you're brilliant. Thank you, Kirsten. We love you for that. Thank you. It's put a huge smile on my face. Now, I've got no cordial / squash / juice / whatever we calling it left, so I can't take a sip, but I will say we are 88 likes. We've got half an hour. We've got 25 minutes left of the live stream to go. If you haven't already, if you could reach down and give this video a big thumbs up and a like. I always say this, so you can say it with me. The more likes the video gets, the more widely YouTube distribute it on their platform, which just helps me as a content creator so much. So I am really genuinely appreciative of it. And if you minimize the chat, you can hop over, click the like button, then when you maximize the chat, it takes you back to where you were, so it's not like you miss out or have to find your space again. So let's see where we're at with everything. Purito anti-sebum powder on top of SPF is perfect. Thank you, little Miss Betty Page. I have not tried that. I will give that a go. So yeah, anyone else got powder recommendations to put on top of sunscreen to make it look less shiny? I will give that Purito anti-sebum powder. That sounds really good. I might try that. Eloise says, any recommendations for SPF powders? Maybe a video. We could do a video. Yes, because I haven't got any recommendations because I haven't used that many. I used to use the Peter Thomas Roth one, but that was discontinued ages ago. I'm going to try that Purito, just normal powder, and I do really like the Superdrug powder, translucent powder, but I will do a whole video. Yes, I will happily do a full video. Fran, great to see you, my love. So totally agree with the powder SPF on top of sunscreen. It makes a huge difference. And you could touch it with it throughout the day. Absolutely, totally agree. Paul says, I don't really understand this concept of everyday SPF. If it's SPF 50 with PA 4+, you shouldn't be sunburnt after 2 hours of sun exposure. This, again, I think I think I've already covered that. I'm not going to go into a rant again. I think I've already covered it. It's not, I think the SPF just doesn't, one of my biggest issues with SPF is the way that we get fixated on the SPF value. The SPF, I would much rather use an SPF 30 that feels good on the skin and delivers a meaningful level of UVA protection than an SPF of 50 that doesn't have the UVA protection. And the 4+ thing is a bit misleading because 4+ is the equivalent of 16 on the PDD rating, which is actually not that high. So I think when people see 4+, PA++++, everyone's like, yeah, game-changing UVA protection. Not really. It could, but it also doesn't mean it does. A really good example is the Make Prem sunscreen that I referenced earlier that I love has a UVA protection rating of PA++++, which is equivalent in testing showed of 19, which is good, adequate, absolutely fine, but it gets the same rating as the Bioderma that has the equivalent of 87. So they're like completely different levels of protection. So I think and also you got to remember, is something water resistant? Is it not water resistant? Is it sweat proof? Is it not sweat? There's lots of different things. And also, I always think when people say and I burn, there's other things you can do to prevent burning other than just sunscreen, which is what I would always stress, because I think, sunscreen is super important, but it's not the only thing. Staying out of the midday sun, really good advice. Covering up where you can. I'm not saying we should live our lives like completely covered and never go out in the sun. I love the sun, I love the beach, I love it all. But like, I would go to the beach at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, where the UV intensity is much lower than at midday, for example. Things like that we can do. Let's see. Scott says, testify, Rob. Sorry, that was a bit of a rant. I just think with sunscreen, I think the main thing I really hate is like when content creators do this really snarky thing they do, where they're like, oh, they got to do the 2-finger method and this, and you got to do it like this, and then they're putting the sunscreen on and it looks awful on them. It's all thick and gloopy, and I think nobody wants to wear that. Nobody wants to go out the house looking like that. This is just not realistic, and I get it. I get, you're supposed to do all of this, but it's not realistic, and people don't do that in everyday lives. So I'd much rather see, and even the likes of, if you take Dr. Dre, for example, is a big sunscreen advocate. If you look at her videos 2 years ago, where the application of sunscreen was just way over the top. And I know she's a dermatologist, and I respect that, but nobody is going out the house that shiny, that greasy, and that caked in multiple layers of SPF. And compare it to the way she applies SPF today, it's totally different, and in a really good way. Like, I'm like, yes, I learned the multiple smaller layers trick. Love that. I like the way that you can powder it down to get rid of sunshine. I think it's all about making sure that you want to use the SPF is the key thing. You want to reach for that product. And I'm glad that brands are releasing their testing as well, because I think that's just a way of getting some extra guarantee for us, the consumer. But I definitely think, like I say, the way we interact with sunscreen now is a much more healthy way of doing it. Because at the end of the day, you should want to use it. You should want to reapply it, not just put on the thickest layer possible and then feel awful all day. Is what I'm saying. Let's see. Just a smile says, hey there everyone, if my azelaic acid serum includes vitamin C, do I include it in the morning along with my normal vitamin C, or in the evening with my retinoids, or does it replace the vitamin C serum? It depends how much vitamin C it's got. If it's got a good amount of vitamin C, like 5% or above, I would use it in place of your vitamin C. In the morning would be my recommendation. It's Pride Month in Norway as well. I've adorned my beautiful lilac in my front door with a flag. Oh, everyone, I love a good flag moment. Here in the UK, we're doing mainly Union Jack flags for the Jubilee, but I love a good flag moment. It brightens up the house. So sending you so much love for Pride Month, my love. Tom says, no Pride discount code. Tom, do you really think we can remember another discount code? Do you really want to open that can of worms? But who knows? Watch this space. Silver says, hi Rob, sounds weird as a German, but I'm also obsessed with the royal family. Cassandra Bankston recently said she's in doubt about the Make Print sunscreen. What do you think? Oh no. I've answered that. I think content creators should be very careful with what they say about sunscreens that have been put through testing. I think there's a difference between raising legitimate concerns, which we should always have a healthy level of challenge. I also think just saying in a video, I don't trust this. What was the point of that video? I would say what was the point of that video? I watched to the end, and I didn't know what the point. What were we trying to do? Were we trying to get people to not use that sunscreen? Because she didn't say don't. She kind of said, no, I'm not sure about it. And didn't really offer any alternatives. What are the alternatives? And then held up another Korean sunscreen and was like, but I trust this one. I'm like, but why? It's got the exact same finish and legitimately does. Why? What's the difference? I didn't get it. I found it very confusing. But I think I'm not going to rant it too much about that. I'm sending lots and lots of love to Germany. So Alicia said, I've had a good experience with the beauty of Joseon sunscreen, haven't got any burns. In fact, it reversed burns I had. Besides, SPF shouldn't be your only source of protection. I totally agree. I think we should have a healthy approach to sunscreen. I try to anyway. I used to get so obsessed with it and put so much on, and then I stopped using it because I hated it, and that's not healthy. It's all about, like everything in skincare, using a product that works for you and using it to the best of your abilities. Let's see where we are. Sweet Taste said, no rainbow packaging. No rainbow packaging. Let's see where we're at. Morning. I use the Sun by My Galactomyces Vitamin C Toner as my morning first essence. Kills two birds with one stone. Then Secret Key, the rose one on night. Love that combination. Those two are beautiful, beautiful products. Maru says, hello. Which ingredients is better for smokers? So I'm not going to be that person, just for the record, I'm not going to be that person that says, we shouldn't smoke. Again, all goes back to that judgment that I'm trying to move away from on YouTube because we get very judgmental. I think if you are a smoker in terms of skincare and preventing the most amount of damage you can do, I would say definitely a good antioxidant in your skincare routine would be really good. A really good cleanser, I would probably recommend a double cleanse because obviously things do tend to cling to our skin, which you want to get them removed. So I would recommend a really good balm cleanser as well as a normal a gel cleanser. So I think a double cleanser would be really, really important. Like I said, the antioxidants, but multiple antioxidants, not just one, multiple ones. And I would probably recommend vitamin C as well because it can increase the risk of sun damage. So vitamin C could be a really good one, and obviously SPF, but we've talked about that. Sweet Tea says, here on Mad About Skin, we have pride every day of the year. True, very, very true. Let's see. See, lots of people praising the beauty of Jason sunscreen. I keep saying this is the last thing I'll say on it. So we're having a chat around, putting it. People put the filters into the ingredients into a SPF calculator, and it comes out with a rough SPF. That is a load of garbage because it's just garbage. You don't know the percentages because you don't know the percentages when people do that, and you also don't know the way that it interacts with other ingredients. The way that a sunscreen, like any skincare, will work, it has to be part of the formulation. I think we moved on about 2 years ago from the idea that the ingredients never lie. They kind of do because the formulation has to be aligned with the ingredients. It all kind of goes together to create a really good product, which is why I don't like, you can use these SPF calculators and you can put it in and it comes out as this. And I don't know why we'd believe that over third-party independent verified testing, which they've released. I don't know why we'd believe that over that. What's a Spanish laboratory, for example, what's the incentive to not produce an accurate test on it? I think that would be my challenge. So we were caught out with the Purito one. The Purito sunscreen scandal was very different. That was brands not testing, just slapping any number on and not testing. That's very different to a brand reformulating, then subjecting to independent third-party testing and releasing that data. That's a very different thing. And I applaud a lot of Korean sunscreens for doing that because I think we should all know kind of what we're putting on our skin. So I would applaud that. And I know that Michelle over at Lab Muffin talked about her experience with it. Now, if there's anyone that I trust with sunscreens, it's Michelle over at Lab Muffin, because unlike, she doesn't just hold up products and say, I'm not sure about that. She is chemistry, or a self-confessed chemistry nerd. She knows everything there is to know about sunscreens, and she reviewed it as part of her and was really, I think, really objective and fair. So I'd recommend people check out that particular video because I trust her judgment pretty much above any other content creator when it comes to sunscreens and the formulation behind them, because she's qualified. Girl knows her stuff, and I love her to bits. Tracy says, enjoying tea in Wisconsin, walking through the budding garden. That sounds beautiful. So, so good, Tracy. We love that. Angel, great to see you, my love. HRH Sophia the first. Love that. Made another live. Here listening to it as a bunch of orange cranberry scones. Oh, sounds so, so good. Send me some. I love the sound of those. Hells, great to see you, my love, says Rob. I'm a complete fangirl of the Clear Lift laser treatments. Had it on your birthday and doing another one next week. Interested in others' opinions. I'm interested in your opinion after you've had a couple of them. Will you post like before and afters? I would love, love, love to know that, my love. And sending you so, so much love. Faye says 30 likes at the moment, just to keep track of how behind the chat you are, Rob. Oh no. How am I that far behind? I love you, Faye. You know me way too well. Eloise says SPF as UV is probably the most damaging to collagen plus then antioxidants. I agree. Christian says, hello gorgeous, thanks for the introducing to the peptides and how to use them. Big hugs from Germany. Sending you lots and lots of love all the way to Germany. Let's see, let me specify. Tracy says, still on the hunt for a hydrating SPF that's more matte. Any recommendations? Hydrating and matte is very difficult in a sunscreen to find. I will hunt my sunscreen collection, swatch them, and I'll leave you my favourite recommendation. Do you mind, Tracy, just dropping that comment in the main comment section of this video, and I will get onto it and make you some recommendations. Let's see. Stephanie says, Bubble is cruelty-free, drugstore pricing. The one product I've seen in videos is vitamin C and niacinamide toner and texture serum. Tone and texture serum. But I don't know how well it works. Oh, I'll give it a try, Stephanie. I always watch these live streams back and make a list of everything that I promised you guys, so I'll give it a try. Tom says, I wish I didn't have to shave. Shaving every other day. Every day is a pain in the butt. Shaving once a week and still barely getting off any bum fluff. I was going to call it. That's what we call it here in the UK, not the most flattering name. Is also a pain, Tom. I always laugh because we do this charity thing. Every November, people grow mustaches and they raise money for testicular cancer support. Really good charity. I'd love to be able to take part, but honestly, it would take me a year to just grow like a faint moustache. I see. So John says, I bought the Mad About Skin serum and can't wait to try it. Boozy Vimto, lovely. There is nothing wrong with the boozy Vimto, my love. Alicia says, I know. Jan says, I love Vimto. Jan, I know. So Jan might be all the way in Thailand, but a Brit, Brit all the same. And I just know you'd love a good Vimto, Jan. There's something specially, uniquely revolting about Vimto. That if you had it as your childhood, you love it. But I think if you tried it for the first time as an adult, probably not. Yeah, Teenage says you can burn even if you plaster yourself in pure zinc oxide. SPF isn't at wall. True. I use the Institute Estoderm sunblock, which is like 80% zinc oxide. And when I had some sun damage from, I'd had some procedure, and I put that on top of my sunscreen to like be a true block, and it still got through. Which is a bit annoying. Indri says, hi all, new to the community, sending you lots and lots of love. Found the channel a few days ago and binged a lot of your videos and went and ordered the whole Mad About Skin set. Oh, thank you so much. And I hope you love the products. We're sending you so much love and a big Mad About Skin welcome to the channel and the community. John says, I ordered the Mad About Skin exfoliating gel on Thursday the 31st and we were bank holiday Thursday and Friday. Still got it today. Fab customer service. Thank you, John. And this is one thing, like we've changed a lot of the shipping and the providers and the way everything's done. So you'll notice a much quicker turnaround, which is why we're doing some of the discount codes at the moment. Because I want to just say thank you for all you guys' patience. You'll notice if you order products now, a lot quicker. You'll get them a lot quicker, which is what I wanted to deliver, and I think we got to grips with it. So I just want to say thank you all for your patience, and that's why the discount code. So if you wanted to use any of the discount codes, it's just a way of me saying thank you so much. A little bit space patience, cordial equals squash. Yes, that's quite good. Yeah, I get that. Kirsten says, I'd love a cheeky Vimto with you. Does the South not have Vimto? We don't do Vimto. No, we don't do Vimto down here. I do, obviously I knew it for a kid from being up north, but you don't really see it here. I don't think. I might be wrong. You probably could. You probably go to Tesco and buy Vimto, but down here, but I don't think it's a thing like it is up north. And it's the South's loss, Kirsten. It's the South's loss. Faye says, love a cheeky Vimto. I think Vimto sales are going to increase as a result of this live. Hell says, I love words from different countries. I was born in London, and when I went to Australia, I used words like anorak and plimsolls, and now in Cyprus, I say thongs. Big mistake, apparently it's flip-flops. Yes. I love that, yeah. Anorak, I do love an anorak. I see, yeah, Faye says, yeah, so Faye describes the cheeky Vimto. So anyone that wondered and hadn't got around to Googling it, this is why it tastes better than it sounds. A cheeky Vimto is port mixed with WKD blue, super classic. Yeah, it's you can make it with, I've had it made with Vimto instead of the port, but it doesn't really work the same. You have to kind of put port, which is a very classy drink, mixed with WDK blue, which is not. It's like thinners, and you mix the two together. It does taste like Vimto. You can make it with a Vimto, which is actually a cordial thing. You can make it with that, with the WKD blue. It's a hot mess, but it's actually very tasty. Jane says, it wasn't as painful as I thought with the treatment. She started off really low needles and then went a bit higher. This is my first session, not sure of the outcome, but I booked for 3. I think when you have any in derm treatments and stuff, I always think like going for 3 is good, because you kind of get the experience and the long-term benefits in a way that I don't think you can always get with just going for 1 treatment, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think you're definitely doing the right thing, Jane. Definitely doing the right thing. Sweet Tea says, let me message page, embrace the Wookiee. I wish I could make that noise, but I sound like a wounded moose. I love you so much, Sweet Tea. Elian, I hope I pronounced that right, says, hello everybody, happy weekend, happy Jubilee to everybody in the UK. Sending you lots and lots of love. Alicia says, yes, Rob, hurry with that mix. I'll definitely switch what I'm using now for the mix of azelaic and tranexamic acid. We love you. Rob, could you please tell me if I can use the Mad About Skin serum with tretinoin? You can. It's designed to be able to use with a retinol, even a high-strength prescription retinol. So yes, you absolutely can, my love. Oh yes, so Sweet Tea says, Hellsvold, I once used the word fanny in front of a Scotsman. The embarrassment was real. Yes. That means the derriere, the bum, in the States. It does not mean that here in the UK. Tina T says, just popping in to say hi before heading off to do yard work. Can't wait for the Mad About Skin Patty. Tina, thank you so much. I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Irene says, I'm waiting for so long to receive your skincare. I'm losing faith. Don't lose faith, Irene. I'll sort it out. Irene, do you mind dropping us a little... oh no, it did. Tom responded. I will make sure it's there next week. Promise you. And I'll sort it out with Royal Mail. Royal Mail have been a bit of a letdown, which is why we're changing providers. But we will get it all sorted. And the good news is all packages are insured, so everyone will get their order. I promise you all. And then I know you'll absolutely love it, Irene. Let's see. So, any tips on how to reduce severely purple under eyes? A group of sweet 14-year-old boys I teach pulled me aside and asked me why I was feeling ill and if I was getting enough sleep. You know what? Kids are cruel. I know. You can always tell. Yeah, I know. Do you know what? So sleep isn't actually as big a thing as people. It can have an impact, but genetics are a big thing. Diet can be a good thing. Minimizing salt worked really well for me. I'm not a dietitian, so I'm not an expert, but that's one thing I tried and it did work well for me, so I can speak from personal experience on that. I would recommend definitely using a peptide under there because it can help with some of the discoloration in a very gentle way. You can take your tranexamic acid up there as well, which really helps. But I go for a low-strength tranexamic acid, and I'd use it in a cream-based formulation to keep it hydrated. Those would be my 2 recommendations. Louise says, hang on in there, Irene, it's well worth it. Thank you so much, my love. Pincher says, you're so quick, I thought we'd have to wait for weeks. No, the new orders that are made are going out super quick and arriving super quick. It was with the launch orders that Royal Mail, we had a few issues. I'll explain all at a later date. Kirsty said, I got the lip conditioner and I love it. I would chew my lips, now I don't. Yay! This is why this makes me so happy. Eloise says, I love the lip conditioner too. I still think there's a slight taste of spaghetti bolognese, but it's making my lips soft. I always say taste and scent is very unique. I can assure you there's 0 spaghetti bolognese in there. Laura says, Rob, I hope it's okay to ask, but if we send you a little gift, can we use the address on the parcel? You absolutely can. And lots of people, I am always very grateful. Lots of people do send me some really lovely things through the post, and you can absolutely use the address that's on the reverse of the shipping parcels, and they're always very grateful to receive. I never expect anything, but everything is very kindly received. And I when I got my I was like, do you know what, just as a side note, I know Jan won't mind me sharing, I got a card from Jan all the way from Thailand that was sent as like a birthday and like just a nice pick me up card. It was the most gorgeous card. I'm gonna get the picture with it. Skin from this, just because I love the picture. I keep my cards up for years because I just love them, and this has got like the Thai elephant, which I absolutely love. I won't open it because it's got a personal note in, but yeah, just such a beautiful card. Anyway, the funny thing was that got to Thailand and actually was delivered the day before my birthday. Perfect timing from Thailand. My mum's card that she sent in really good time, this is how bad Royal Mail are, my mum's card that she sent in well good time arrived the day after my birthday. She was mortified, my mum was mortified. So clearly Thai Post has it won over on Royal Mail, just saying. But no, it's always so well received, and I'm eternally grateful for everyone. But I don't expect anything in life. But yeah, if you did want to send anything, that is the address to use. And thank you so much. You guys, just like the notes and that card, for example, like, and I am one of these people that keeps everything. I've got a box full of everything that dates back years and years and years, because I think, you know what, we live our life once and it's really nice to look back on all the positive things. So thank you so much. Tom says, it was Niche Beauty that Adam Robert Lamb wrote. That's it, and I've got it on order. Their shipping's taken a bit of time as well, because I'm super keen to get it on my skin because Adam raved about it. Let's see. Is Adam here now? I don't know, but he does usually watch on replay. I see from the comments. We are all sending didn't his hobby I think they delayed Adam Robert Lamb. If you haven't checked his channel out on YouTube, definitely do. I think they delayed their wedding 3 times because you know what, in the last 2 years. Twice or 3 times they delayed it. It was worth the wait. They both looked so handsome, so gorgeous. That, I mean, I want more pictures. I did message to say I demand more pictures. And once we saw like the beautiful, like, full length windows with the sun beaming in, with the gorgeous flowers, with it looks so good. So big congratulations to Adam. Who I think I hope he's gonna change his YouTube handle, because I think he's taken his husband's surname. I think I might have got that wrong, but I think from Instagram he did. So maybe we'll see a change to the YouTube handle. Who knows? TNH says the Kim K line has cute packaging, and I'm sure it's fine, but I'm 1,000% they're gonna discontinue it in like 1 to 2 years. They do have a history of launching and discontinuing. I will say, I think the one thing from a Kardashian line that goes down really well is Skims, their body shapewear. I think that's really well received. Everything else seems to get discontinued quite quickly. Irene says, oh, I know that Rob Skincare is great. It's my second order. Yes, we love you, Irene. I love you so much. Ashley says, yeah, the Kim K price is ridiculous. Oh, $630 for the whole thing. I didn't realize it was that expensive. That's a lot. It's not as expensive as Dr. Barbara Sturm, though, and I would buy the Kim K line over Dr. Barbara Sturm's. Just saying. Wouldn't buy either of them, but if I had to choose between the two. Sweet Tea says, too rich for my blood. I agree. Kirsten says, like Jeffree Star and his yak meat. Yes. So, Jeffree Star, now skincare brand owner. I personally wouldn't purchase from him. There's a lot going in the past. I let people be their own judge. You just speak as you find in life, and I'm not here to tell anyone who they should and shouldn't support. I think just based on previous comments that have been made, isn't a content creator I personally would support by buying the skincare line. But I do think his skincare line is formulated well. It's actually good, and the price point is really reasonable. So I will say, I think, like I say, you speak as you find. Would I want to contribute to him as a brand owner? No, I personally wouldn't, but that's my decision. I think the products are well formulated. I don't think the Kim Kardashian products are well formulated to justify the highest price point. I think you can get cheaper at the drugstore. Jeffree Star is also selling yak meat from his ranch. Just going to leave that there. Dr. Barbara Sturm is also selling plastic sandals. Looks like my Barbie's first dressing up kit. Terrible. So people are branching out. We're branching out, people. I'm such a hypocrite because I've just, as a vanity project, designed a candle. But I did that mainly for me, to be honest. And it's not going to be the price of any of these other brands. I just designed it because I wanted to create a scent that I would really love. And if it's only me and Tom that ever use it, then so be it. Eloise says, no Kim K from me. I'm drugstore to the cot. Same here, my love. Same here. And I've got more drugstore. Like, I know there's a whole cost of living thing globally at the moment. And whilst I'm one of the fortunate people that it's not particularly impacting at the moment because I don't drive a lot with gas prices, and I live in a very well insulated house. The cost of heating I haven't noticed the difference. And food, yes, it's going up, but it's not the worst. I think you look at how other people are struggling, and it's got to hit you. You've got to think, yeah, do I think you need to spend that much on a skincare line when there are other people scrimping just to heat the house? No. For me, it's a firm pass. Emma's case is I bought a bunch of sunscreens for myself on my birthday. Dr. G Mild Up Green Sunscreen, love that one. The Event Intense Protect, I haven't tried it, but people say it's amazing. I also bought the SPF 50 and SPF 20, but they're mineral sunscreens with nice texture. This is it. You've got to choose the ones that work well for you, but I love that Dr. G one, so good. Kirsten said, why is she selling that when her sister has the same stuff? That's a good point. Yeah, I do prefer the packaging on the Kim K one to the Kylie one. Now, I have way behind, but I'm really enjoying this live stream. I hope you guys are too, and we haven't got the premiere to go live to afterwards, because today's video has already gone live. So should we continue for like a few more? Let's continue for like a little bit longer. If you want to stay with me, you can. All I ask for in return, and we'll keep you yattering and talking on, all I ask for in return is that you minimise the chat, click the like button, and then maximise the chat again, and it'll take you back to where you were. And I'll answer some more of your questions because I'm quite behind. Sugarless says, I always forget to share my crochet in the group just for the YouTube lives. Oh, I'm making a jumper at the moment. I'm crocheting a jumper at the moment. And it's gone from the waistband to about there. We're doing well so far, and I'll show you that once it's all done. I love crocheting. It's like my happy place where I can watch like a murder mystery and do it at the same time. I love it. So yeah, Sugarless, I would love to see a picture of your project and how it's coming on. Absolutely. TNH says, by the way, the Kim K line is made by Coty, so it's probably repackaged CoverGirl. The shade, I won't be surprised. John Chaffee, John says, ever since Cassandra Banks flipped on Mario Badescu, don't watch it. Dr. V has a weird relationship with Shirin Mahara. I think, yeah, I'm sure people, there's lots of reasons people don't watch me, I'm sure, as well. But yeah, Mario Badescu, I don't understand anyone. I just don't understand Mario Badescu. The products aren't even good. I know, look, there's always those brands that ideally we wouldn't reach for because they're not the best brands, but they have an amazing product and we kind of use it secretly in our stash. Mario Badescu, they're not even good products. Fran says, Rob, what's your opinion on the Biologique Recherche? They're going vegan, by the way. I didn't know they're going vegan, so that's a good thing. I love that for anyone that is living a vegan lifestyle. It is the worst smelling product I've ever tried. The exfoliant, has a ridiculously low pH. I think it was pH tested at 2.4, which is like skin stripping acid, which is why it's so effective. It was too much for me, and that onion smell, way too much, but it did work. If you want a really effective exfoliator, the Belgique Recherche one is so good, but it stinks, and it's not for sensitive skin. They do a sensitive skin friendly one, but I'm not sure how good that is. But the original, not for sensitive skin, but it does work. But the smell, oh, the smell. Sweet Tea said, I'm going to the beach next month. I will be ghost all white with the super spot resistant SPF I use. Yeah, on the beach, I do go super water resistant. Charlotte says, Rob, please help. I'm addicted to Medicate Crystal Retinol 10, but it's so expensive. Charlotte, switch to the Geek and Gorgeous A-Game 10. Practically the same formulation. You will get great results. It's 1/10 the price. Promise me. I used to be addicted to it too. It was the only one that worked. Switch to that. Game changing. Tina says, Rob coming in with a thinly veiled shade. Sorry, there was no shade included. And it wasn't that thinly veiled, I don't think. In this case, it's just curious. Are mineral sunscreens more expensive or hard to find in the UK and Europe? They are. So here in the UK and Europe, just a bit of a background, because we're all... you guys probably want a bit of background. So in the UK and Europe, we have access to much more up-to-date and modern UV filters that aren't licensed for use in the US. If you want a sunscreen in the US, it pretty much, you're restricted to very few filters. The chemical ones sting the eyes and are very old-fashioned. So a lot of people go for mineral sunscreens. So you get a lot higher volume sales of mineral sunscreens in the US than you do here. Here in the UK, very few people reach for a mineral sunscreen. Some do, and it's growing in popularity, but very few people actually reach for a mineral sunscreen day in, day out here in the UK, which means that the quantities they sell are minuscule, so the unit costs have to go up because you get economies of scale. So mineral sunscreens in the UK are way more expensive than in the US, and most people also go for chemical sunscreens. It's just a cultural difference. It comes down to regulation, what people prefer. I personally prefer a chemical sunscreen. I know some people swear by mineral sunscreens. It's all about what you want to get from the product. Choose the one that works for you and what you want to get out of it. Do your own research, all that good stuff, and choose the right one for you. I personally prefer chemical, but that's just for me and my skin. But yes, in the UK and Europe, mineral sunscreens are way more expensive. Which is probably why you don't see a lot of European content creators recommending them as much. Tom says, Evie sunscreen is great, but you can't get it shipped to Canada. It is great. And Tom, if you want me to, let me know. I'll ship you some. I've got some here. If you want me to send you some, I'm quite happy to. It is the Evie sunscreens are really, really good. Are such a good, and sky-high UV protection, UVA protection as well, which I love. Let's say G2 says, what cream should one apply to a semi-oily skin? I would get a really nice, for morning, I would get a sunscreen that's hydrating as well as being a sunscreen, because that way you don't have to have a moisturiser. You can use a sunscreen, and something with a little niacinamide in will help mattify you in the long term. That'd be what I recommend. John says, it's good to get the facts out there. That's it. I would hate anybody to be given the wrong information when it comes to sunscreen. There's a lot of people wanting us to all live in a perfect world. I'm quite happy to say, do I reapply my sunscreen every 2 hours? No, I don't. Should you? Absolutely. Do I? No. And I'd hate for people to be sat there thinking, I'm doing it wrong and I'm a bad person, because people genuinely feel guilty and like they're bad people for not doing this. It's not that. You just got to do what works for you. I like to use on a morning a sunscreen with like 8-hour protection that I'll put on, because then I don't have to reapply it, because I just know that I won't, and that's what works for me. So it's all about finding a product that works for you. So look, Kirsten said, you tell him. Thank you, Kirsten. Sally says, I like the shorts, more made about skin to watch, and indeed, not everything needs a video 20 minutes, but it's useful for people who shorts are perfect for that. I agree. I think I don't want the shorts content to replace the long form content, because I think people want a bit more in depth. But yeah, sometimes, yeah, I like filming them as well. They're really good fun. Sweet Tea said there was a tropical storm in the coast. It didn't hit, but here we still feel the effects. Well, stay safe, Sweet Tea. Lock everything down. The garden furniture, you can't have it going flying. Lock everything down. Let's see. Tom said. Oh yes, Amy says, I mean, physically, where's Rob? Yeah, we've changed the setup for today only, just for a bit of nostalgia. I wanted to hark back to 2.5 years here on YouTube. I can't believe that. I still can't believe it when I say it. And I wanted to kind of celebrate that by going back to where we used to do the good old live streams of like years ago. We used to do on this very couch. So sound of you remember that, because it was so much fun. Let's see. Pidge says, swoop comes after the waffle. Just for you. That was Pincher. That was just for you. Let's see. Oh, wait. Where are we at? Like, oh, let's see. I've lost where I am in the chat. I've lost where I am. I just saw John's comment, which makes me. I'll come on to that in a second. I've lost where I am in the chat. Where am I? Here we are. So, MSK says Vichy really needs to work around becoming cruelty free. Only sell online to China. That's true. They are working on it, according to what they said to me last time I reached out to them. I agree with you. I think a lot of work needs done because Vichy have some great products. I'd recommend them all the time if they were cruelty free. Sonny says, hello Rob, love from a sunny Sligo. You're looking fab this morning. Sending lots of love to Ireland. Love you. Aileen says, Rob, does that mean that the Skin Ingredients SPF with 3+++ has a very low UVA protection? It means it's got average. The problem with the 3+ is for day-to-day use, it's fine. I would use it. I would use a 3+ day-to-day. I would look for something a bit higher. If I was out in the sun a lot, would be my recommendation. It's all subjective, but yeah, 3+s have a lower UVA protection than 4+s, and 4+s isn't by European standards that high. John says sun safety, common sense, behaviours. Yes, enjoy the sun. Everyone should be out there enjoying the sun, but in a safe way. Let's see. Yes, Irene says, I sunbathe around 4 or 5 p.m. during the weekend, never before. I agree. When I go out with like niece and nephews to the beach, I've got family abroad, we always go when the heat of the sun's down. It's more pleasurable because you're not sweating and really burning and horrible, and it's better. Sugarless says, by the way, banana boat, light as air, US is so great. I use it on the body, but it's not greasy. I haven't tried it. I might pop one on order and try it. Jan M says, I saw the beginning that the sunscreen video for Cassandra, I was like switched off. So when she started insinuating my Holy Grail sunscreen might not be what it says on the bottle. I think if you insinuate without evidence, it's not a good place to be, I don't think. And yeah, I felt personally attacked, Jan, because I love that sunscreen. So I'm with you, Jan. I am with you. Teenage says, oh my god, who remembers when Dr. Dre used to put a whole other tinted SPF on top of our SPF just for the zinc oxide? That's true. I think as well, and I think it shows progress. If I look back to my old videos 2 years ago, do I do the same things that I do now? Absolutely. There's a dog here, by the way. Lon, are you going to say hi? Oh, Lon, don't put your head back like that. Hello. This is my popstar who's joining. Yes, you're joining, aren't you? You're ready for your walk. If I look back to how I do my skincare routine 2 years ago, it's different today. And like I say, applying whole different sunscreens on top of sunscreen, no one does that in real life. No, and I'm glad that because I have a lot of respect for Dr. Dre. She's a dermatologist. She's so knowledgeable about everything. I love her content, and I think seeing that the way that she interacts and applies sunscreen today, I think is so refreshing because it shows, I think, a journey we've all been on, and I applaud her for that, and I think I would definitely recommend everyone check out her channel for the sunscreen content alone. Oh yes, I do love it. I love people with a parasol. I love a good parasol moment with Betty Page. I love it. TNH says, I think I made the point. I think the point of Cassandra's video was that the make prim doesn't send her PR. Oh, that's shady. I should have read that before I read that out. That's shady. No comment. No comment, TNH. MSK says, I seriously get miffed when people overlook sunscreen's water resistant capacity or not reply. It's true. It's how you use it that's important. Lots of people agree with TNH. No comment. Shan that says, love you. Thank you so much. I love you too. Let me Betty Page says, body SPF, I use the SPF 50 Nivea Spray Face and Cosrx Aloe Soothing Sunscreen. The Cosrx Aloe Soothing released their testing recently, so you know it's got the sunscreen that it says it was, and I love it. Fragrance is a little bit too much for me. That's the only thing I would say about that one. Let's see. Alicia says, I don't watch a lot of these YouTubers, most are not genuine. I think clickbait. The whole thing around clickbait, you have to make your thumbnail attractive, otherwise people won't watch it. But you also want it to be a truthful reflection of what the video is and not just, totally wide of the mark so people know what they're clicking on. And I think sometimes that's lost in the clickbait a little bit. I'm not a big fan of clickbait, but I do know as a content creator, you have to make your thumbnails interesting or they don't get the views, but it is difficult. Let's see. Makeup Boy says, hey, sorry for being late. I just got your exfoliating gel so far. It's good. Yay, I'm so excited and love that everyone's arriving. Teenage says, poor Rob's scrolling through our beauty of jokes on fights. No, it's fine. I love the way that you interact with each other and keep that conversation going. It's amazing. John, this is the comment that I said. John says, I'm a raging homosexual. I don't like pride. I don't think you're on your own, John. I feel very similar. I think it's overdone and it's commercialized by a lot of brands that just get on my nerves. And I think it's a little. Sometimes it can be a bit exclusionary, which kind of defeats the point. I think pride should be for everyone. Let's just celebrate being ourselves and be proud of whoever you are. And I just love yourself. And this is what I wanted to get across on the Man About Skin Facebook group. Is I think we're all there to just empower. My great gran, who is unfortunately no longer with us because she was the most fabulous woman that ever lived, always said to me, You never empower yourself by tearing other people down, was her motto. Whenever you feel the urge to, you just don't make yourself feel better by tearing someone else down. And that's the motto. And I think, we can all make ourselves feel happier by uplifting people. And that's, to me, what pride's about. Eloise says, as pharmacist, I would say SPF independent testing is the way to go. Formulation is everything. And yes to Lab Muffin. She's great. I love Lab Muffin. If I could have like a dinner, when people say, what celebrities would you invite to a dinner party? Lab Muffin would be on that list. We would have some great chats. MSK said, I recall really liking a basic black umbrella I bought from Boots some years ago. Probably doesn't have UV protection, but it gives shades. That's another affordable sun protection. Yeah, Boots do have some parasols that are really, really good. They are really good. And apparently, a little bit of gossip for the Jubilee. They do a white one that apparently Kate Middleton took with her when she went to one of the tours abroad, where had a lot of very intense UV. So yeah, it's got a royal stamp of approval. Let's see. Jan says you can take the girl out of Manchester, but you can't take the Manchester out of the girl. It's so true, Jan. So true, and that's why we love you. MSK says PA4 plus, 16 or more with some margin of errors. PA 2 plus, PA4 plus, yeah, same logic applies. This is true. Yeah, this is true. John says Lidl in Cotter. I love Lidl. I would shop Lidl the whole time. Let's see. Sugarless says, British people use the word courgette, which makes me laugh. When my cousin said it, I was like, what's that? Yeah, courgette. What do you call it in America? Zucchini. Yeah. We call it courgette. I don't know why the difference. MSK says, by the way, someone said we cannot expect mineral sunscreens to have actually good water resistancy and have good texture, let alone a white cast. I think with mineral sunscreens, people expect a lot. It's difficult to formulate a good quality, water resistant, purely mineral sunscreen without a white cast. So I think sometimes if you want mineral sunscreen, you have to accept an element of white cast if you want all the other things included. But it is difficult. Heidi says, I'm still waiting for my 3 kids. Odd in April, so excited. Their 2 sons have birthdays today. Mel says they'll be here today. Fingers crossed, Heidi. Fingers crossed. And if for whatever reason, reach out for us, Heidi, because I fingers crossed, and I can't wait for you to try them and let us know what. I just love that you're all getting your kits and enjoying them. So Heidi, I'm sorry it took so long, but hopefully you'll be able to enjoy them and that they arrive just on time. If for whatever reason not, reach out to us at the contact us section of the Mad About Skincare website. Sweet Tea said, don't forget to tickle that like button. Absolutely, do as Sweet Tea says. He knows the stuff. Jan says, oh, I'm so happy you showed my card. It made me so happy. My gran was very impressed. She was like, oh, okay, that's a bit luxury. I was like, yeah, and this is no shade to my gran because I adore her, and she knows we had this exact same laugh. She's like, oh, that's luxury. And looked at my gran's card. She's like, yeah, gran, you left the stamp on yours, Card Factory, 69p. She was like, and what's your point? So I was like, well, and I love her, and that is why I love her. And let's see. John says, it's a good deed of everyday folk that keep the darkness at bay. It is very true. This is very true. Pinter says you'll be getting lots of cards now. I love cards. The best part of any birthday is the cards. I know I'm probably on my own saying that, but that's my favourite part. Makeup Boy says, just want to say a huge thank you for your customer service, and to Tom, amazingly fast responded time over. Tom is amazing. Tom is like a customer service guru. Like 90% of the emails, responses are from Tom, who supports me so much, and I couldn't do without him. So a big shout out to Tom. He is the customer service guru. TNH says, ooh, Dr. Barbara, I'm still feeling shady. I'll post it on the Facebook group when I told about her and her shady husband. Okay, well, we'll look out for that on the Facebook group. Amy says, skincare and plastic sandals. Yeah, they go well together. MSK said, 106 likes now. We're at 115, so I'm catching up. I'm not as far behind. Though the dog is getting very irritated, aren't you? You definitely want to... Basically, what he's saying is, will you people stop answering questions? I need to go for my walk. That's what you're saying, isn't it? Puppies. Who needs them? Me. I need them. Let's see. Let's see. MSK says, I want to try banana boat light air so much. Sorry for yelling. That's okay. You can yell. You can yell. Let me spit a patient. I'm crocheting baby clothes for Ukraine. I'm watching and chatting. Oh, again, if you're on the Facebook group, let me spit a page. I would love to see pictures of your projects. Laura says, fun fact, I've just learned about Dr. Barbara Sturm. She's married with Adam Waldman, Johnny Depp's lawyer. No. No, really? Really? No. That can't be true. Is that true? Like, no. Is that true? Okay, well, you'll learn a new thing every day. I'm going to have to, oh, okay, I had no idea. Sweet Tea said, I only have a crochet blankets. I'm not good, but I try. I think it's all about the trying. My crochet has got better. It used to be terrible. It's much better than it used to be. Much better than it used to be. Let's see. Oh, I'm catching up with the comments. Finally catching up with the comments. John says, I bought Glow Recipe Avocado Ceramide Serum Watermelon Toner. Sent back serum to Colt, but I do like the toner. I like the toner. I think the toner is one of the best from Glow Recipe that I've tried. Irene said, I love Tom Daly's jumpers. Oh my god, yes. Tom Daly's knit. I couldn't knit what Tom Daly knits. He did that Team GB Olympic sweater. Gorgeous. So good. So good. I couldn't do that. Let's see. Lorinda says, watching from the Bahamas. Lorinda, I'm sending you so much love to the Bahamas. I have a cruise that stops at the Bahamas later in this year, and I cannot wait. I shall be on the beach with my pina colada, toasting to your good health, and everyone in the Bahamas, which is one of my favourite places in the world. Let's see. Amir says, it's incredibly hard to find a mineral sunscreen without a white cast, so I don't just want to waste my money on expensive mineral sunscreens. So this is true. This is one of the challenges. Let's see. B says, can you give any body sunscreen suggestions? Yes, I love the Ultrist one in the massive tube. I also love the Garnier Ombre Solaire ones. So good and so inexpensive. Key thing with body sunscreens, go cheap, because you know what, you're going to be reapplying a lot, so go cheap. Samina says, what do you think about the RF devices at home? Sorry, Lord, sorry, my love, you nearly fell off the chair there, my love. Poor puppet, you're getting very excited for your walk and nearly like face planted onto the floor, bless him. And he's only short. Saved in the nick of time. Let's see, radio frequency devices, haven't used them. I think they're quite expensive. I don't mind them, but they're like quite expensive, I would say. That would be my... But if anyone's getting experiences, let me know. Tom says, has anyone been binge watching Strange Things 4? I have. Tom has. Anyone else enjoying it? We got lots of dog love. Lots of the dog love. Teenage says, puppy alert! Yay. He is so sweet. He's just very clumsy. He falls off a lot of things because he's very short. I'm worried about the impact. So I spend most of my time diving and grabbing him. But let's see. Sweet Tea said, Tom, not yet. I want to binge the rest of the seasons first. Yeah, I love Strange Things. I recommend it to everyone. Let's see. John says, I'm happy that I made it to made you laugh today. John, you did. You absolutely did. Let's see. Sugar says, I get stressed out getting ready for a big event. Oh, same here. Lucky Charm says, can you tell me a really good algae serum that's not overhyped? I think most algae serums are overhyped, personally. I think you pay a lot and the science isn't really out there for it. If you get it as an ingredient within something and it's inexpensive, great. I wouldn't buy it for a standout ingredient, if that makes sense. John says, Tom equals legend. Hands down. Totally agree. Sweet Tea says, Tom deserves praise and box wine. Yeah, let's all have a round of applause for Tom. He's amazing customer service and just... I genuinely wouldn't be here and couldn't do any of this without Tom. Love him so much. Vigi says, is it possible to know what courier do you use sending orders internationally to Asia, specifically to Thailand? My concern is due to regulations, it's almost impossible to receive if DHL. It's not DHL, and I do know we've sent lots of Thai orders in the past, and they've arrived there safely. So I do know Thailand isn't a problem. Some countries there are some challenges around. We've had to switch international shippers. Thailand wasn't one of them. So if you did want to order, use the code Jubilee, capital letters, and you get 20% off. But make a note on the order. Just make a note on the order of anything that you want me to include on the shipping label. I'll make sure it's included for you. Laura says, it's true. I did not know that. The things The things you learn. The things you learn. MSK said Garnier Ombre Solaire Hydra 24 Protect is pretty good. Yes, now cruelty free. I love them. Let's see. Lucky Charm says, MSK, is that a brand? Yeah, they're so good. They're so good. Sweet Tea said, Mr. Puppy, is that PG-13 channel? He's so sweet. Sugarless says, Rob, can you do a video on how much retinol or other serums to apply? Like a pea-sized half teaspoon? I can. I've got a little bit of a shorts video planned for that. So yeah. Now we have 6 minutes left of this live stream. I mean, we're already 24 minutes over, but we might as well finish at 8 o'clock. So here in the UK, so we've got 6 minutes left. So keep any comments. While the comments aren't coming in, I've got a grumbly puppy here that is grumbling, humping, and saying, Rob, I need my walk. You do, don't you? You need your walk. And he'll want the ball thrown for him as well. So, while we all bask in puppiness, if anyone's got any other questions for the last 6 minutes, ask away. Ask away. I feel like we should see... Oh, Leo's coming down now. Leo, you're going to come down? We might get Cat as well. We're going to end on a very animal-heavy... Cat. Leo's very jealous because he hates the dog getting attention when he doesn't. Leo, all your toys... This toy, where that... Are you going to come get it? Oh, it's all tied. This is what we do. I'm surrounded by cat toys and dog and... right, Leo, come on. You going to come down? No, he's just looking and saying he's not entertaining any of us. But he might come down. You going to come? Oh, yeah. He might come down. He might come down. You might get a cat as well. So, let's see. Sunny said, did we ever get a picture of the chickens? No, but I do need to send them. Kirsten said, thank you for all your help. We love you, Kirsten. Thank you so, so much. Laura said, and thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the live stream and sending you so, so much love. From the UK to UK, remember, enjoy the very last day of the Jubilee celebrations on Sunday. Laura says, Tom, you're the best. We love Tom. Let's see, let me spit a picture. How my cat's going crazy now. Here's one that makes the same sound. This is a triumph of the triumph of the cat toys. Irene says, thank you, Rob, for the amazing company and your time. Thank you, Irene. Thank you all for joining us. We have 5 minutes left. We're at 117 likes. Do you think we can get another 3 likes to get to 120? I think for puppy reasons alone, we deserve that because he is hanging on and waiting for his walk very patiently. TNH said, fighting the urge to kidnap Lorne. He's unbelievably cute. Like, he is unbelievable. I've never had a puppy this unbelievably cute. I'm not gonna lie. I've loved all of mine, but the cuteness is real. So Jan, who is in Thailand, has some experience, says about the Thai delivery, DHL charged a fortune, but by normal mail, tried to keep the order below 15,000 baht, and they check every 6th package, apparently. This is true. So yeah, if you want us to split the orders, I can split the orders and stuff like that. Get in touch if you want to, but don't forget to use the code Jubilee for 20% off. Lord, we've got 4 minutes. 4 minutes and then you can have your walk. So Sweet Tea said, my cat killed her cat fishing toy. Now she runs around with part of it in her mouth. Yeah, we do. We had 3 fish on different strings that Leo detached every single one of the fish. And now he plays fetch. If you throw Mr. Fish, he'll go and catch it and bring it back. Jess, I can't believe you're not married, Rob. Thank you, look at that. It takes a lot to put up with me. Make It Boy said, the lives are making my Saturday. Thank you for your company. Thank you all for joining. You're all so, so sweet. Amy says, Lorne has the same colouring as my kitty, Esme. We're sending you lots and lots of love to your kitty, Amy. We love you. Alicia said, thank you for another fun live. We love you all. And John Chaffee says, what vitamin C serum would you recommend apart from Geek and Gorgeous? I would definitely recommend Timeless if you're in the US. That's a really good drugstore option. Geek and Gorgeous if you're in the UK and Europe, because they're absolutely fantastic. I would try the Boots, if you want a low strength one, the Boots Ingredients Vitamin C has a 5% concentration of ascorbic acid. That's really good. And I love so much. And if you want to go super bougie and luxury, the Allies of Skin one is genuinely worth the extra price. Those are my 4 recommendations. We got to the end of the chat. Yeah, after being 30 likes after 1 hour. I know, I can't believe it either. We have 2 minutes left, so all I say, oh yeah, we just see Cat Bomb. Where has he gone? Leo! He's here somewhere. He'll be here somewhere. He's a diva. He's a diva. He won't show unless he's ready. Thank you all so much for joining me on what has been an amazing Saturday live stream. This has been so much fun. I've loved spending time with each and every one of you. If you missed any of the live stream, it's all back on replay so you can catch up and you don't miss any of it. I just thank you for spending your Saturday with me. It's been absolutely wonderful and magical, and I love you all so much. I'm sending you so much love, hugs. I love you. Bye.